And welcome back to a very high-energy Stan Sheriff Center time now to take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Coach?
Well, for Long Beach State, they got to protect the pins, especially Rado, Stein, and Rosenmeyer. And for Hawaii, win the serve-pass game, bringing pressure on that Long Beach State defense.
Good serve by Von Tilburg to start this one. Freed over by Hoos. Here comes Hawaii. And the joust of the net will be won by the 49ers.
Oh, Hawaii.
So let's take a look now.
Did not take advantage of the Steinberg serve.
You're right. And here's the Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineups. They'll be scrolling on the bottom of your screen. So 1-0, Long Beach. Stay back to serve. Simone Anderson, freshman out of Middelfart, Denmark. Hawaii will set it high on the left side for Rosenmeyer, and he will be roofed. Tuaninga and Amato in on the stop. Well, they're not just a good offensive team. They're quite good at defense as well, right, Chris?
Yeah, they are. They're not like #1 in the league in blocks, but they got a solid block shown right there by Tuaninga and Amato.
Anderson with the jump serve. Worsley in the middle. Block saved by Tuaninga. Here comes Parapunov, and he will be triple roof. So nice start by Long Beach State. 3 straight points here in the opening stanza.
3 straight blocks as well. Looking very good on defense. Hawaii's had to set some high balls to the outside, making it very easy for the Beach to get out there and block.
So Anderson again gets it over. Von Tilburg, high pass to Worsley. Back to Parapunov. Cross court, dug up in the back row. Bumped up near the net and getting the kill off the block. Maybe the best player in all of college volleyball, TJ DeFalco.
He was the best player in college volleyball last year. Also won the Karch Kurai Award as the best outside hitter. 2-time All-American. Shoe-in for another All-American. Maybe another MVP this year. Who knows?
And he's only a junior.
Yeah.
He'll be back next year more than likely. Worsley left side off the block, saved in the back row. Bumped up by Tuaninga. DeFalco will be blocked, rat-a-tatted around, overpass. Worsley out of the back row, and Hawaii gets his first point on the attack by Von Tilburg. And Hawaii had to work really hard to get that digit.
Good choice by Worsley there. I think he sent Stein out of the back row. Do something a little bit different to mix things up rather than going pin to pin and the middle.
The Patrick Gassman, the sophomore out of Clovis, California, to serve. Pops it over. Tuaninga will push it over. One arm save by Rosenmeyer, giving chase. Worsley can't get to it. Maybe a little butterflies here in the early going for Hawaii. I know they were quite pumped for this one.
Yeah, I think so, Scott. A lot of adrenaline flowing through their veins right now.
So Josh Tuaninga, the setter. Younger brother of former Rainbow Warrior Gus Tuaninga, the junior. 20 service aces on the year. And he hits that one into the net.
The one stat that's a little suspicious by Long Beach State is the number of service errors they've had this year. I think it's like
over 300.
Over 300.
And there you see Gus Tuaninga. Played for the Bows about 9 years ago. Jump serve by Worsley, handled nicely by the Beach. They set the middle, and that will be a kill put down by Nick Amato. One of your new best friends, right, Coach?
Nick Amato, yeah. Great story on Amato. He goes to Orange Coast College for a couple of years, plays JC ball, and then takes a red shirt, and then all of a sudden he gets hurt when he gets a chance to come back and has to take another red shirt, a medical red shirt. So he is so happy to be playing right now. He's now officially in a red shirt at junior.
Here's DeFalco, 43 aces on the year. Rips that one. Hawaii handles. Here's Rosenmeyer from the right side. Blocked but saved by Parapunov, who will get it. Cross court and knock it down. Really, there's some interesting matchups tonight, aren't there?
Oh, I love the matchups. Parapunov and Singh, the two opposites, are two of the best in the country. You got Worsley and Tuaninga, two of the best setters in the country. And you got TJ DeFalco and Stein Van Tilburg, two of the best outside left side hitters in the country.
Rosenmeyer's serve goes long. Yeah, you look at the matchup, at least on paper, and these two teams match up pretty evenly, I think.
Yeah, they really do. One interesting note, I think, is their libero, Jordan Molina. He's really a good one. He was MVP a couple of years ago in the state JC championships, but he spent all last year playing behind an All-American, Andrew Sato.
Back set, right side. Nice save by Tui. Stein, dug up to Ninga, bumps it up near the net. And that will be Bock. Boy, gets their first block. Silver in on the stuff.
How about Tuioletta popping this one up to keep the play alive, keep the rally going. And look at TJ DeFalco way in the back line, popping that one up. Amazing. He's the only player this year to get Big West Player of the Week on offense and Big West Player of the Week on defense 2 times each.
Both. 2 times, and that kill off the block by Kyle Ensing. Ensing out of Valencia, California. 3.56 kills percent. Actually leads the team in that category, but I think sometimes people overlook him because of TJ DeFalco.
Yeah, he is really a good one. One of their biggest jumpers. I think he touches right around 11.6 or so. Big leaper. Got the strong arm. Really steady player.
He's also only a junior. Has 20 service aces. Gets that one over. Worsley backs it right side and going down the line and absolutely crushing the coconut. Bravo, harpoon off the coast. Big West Conference Player of the Week.
Bit of a mismatch here. 6'1" Bjorn Hoos trying to go up against the 6'9" Rado Parapunov. Rado just went OTT over the top.
And that serve into the net by Parapunov. Into the tape, gives the point over to the 49ers. They lead at 9-5 here in the early goings of set number 1. Bjorn Hoos, the only senior in the starting lineup out of Fjord Norway, will go back and serve.
And he does know Henrik Molt, by the way.
That's a nice serve. Kept alive by Tuioletta up nearby us, and Parapunov somehow gets it over. To Ninga on the left side. The Falco punishes that one down the line.
Wow, what a line shot. He saw they took his cross court, so he came right back down the line and just pounded it.
5-point lead for the Beach, their largest here in this opening set. So Hoos again will serve. Good pass over to Worsley on the left side. Cross court dug up. Pushed over. Here comes Hawaii. They'll run their offense. Quick in the middle, off the double block. Pushed up to Tuaninga. He goes in the middle, and the stuff by Gassman. Gassman and Von Tilburg were there, and they get the block.
Alert play by Stein to help out Gassman in the middle. Because I'll tell you, Simon Anderson is a handful. 6'8" freshman out of Denmark. One of the best players in Europe the last few years of the youth teams.
So Von Tilburg will serve for UH, and that one into the twine. So that's at least a couple of service errors already by the Bows. Long Beach State will serve. Simon Anderson, you mentioned him he's out of Middelfart, Denmark, and the question is there an upper and lower in Denmark? Here's the serve, it gets over. Worsley on the far left side, and there's another block by the 49ers, this time of Rosenmeyer.
Again, Tuaninga and Amato getting in on that. The second time that duo has provided an impenetrable block.
Well, I know I've watched them on television maybe 3 or 4 times this year, and each time I came away shaking my head thinking, how do you beat this team? They are so good.
They're good. Nick Amato hasn't had much time playing Division I, but boys, he's making the most of it this year.
And pushing it over and down is Worsley. And really, Coach, I think that was the only play he had.
You know, back to Amato and what he's done. He had 9 blocks versus UCI earlier this year. Number 11 in the country in blocks per set. Yeah, he's just one tough player up front.
Gassman gets the serve over for an ace off the dive, Molina. So Gassman gets the first ace for Hawaii.
You know, the other thing about Long Beach State, we forget they lost both 100% of their middles. Both middles this year, brand new. They lost one of their outsides, lost a libero.
Another good serve. Tuininga high on the left side. DeFalco off the double block, and it carries out of bounds. And you look at the 49ers a year ago, they were the #1 team going into the NCAA tournament. They were upset by BYU. You look at this year, 23-0, 8-0 in the Big West.
And they lost 4 starters.
And they lost 4 starters. But you look at this year's team, they only have 1 senior in their starting lineup. They're going to be as good next year, you would imagine.
Unless they decide to turn pro.
Right. Let's hope. Here's to Aninga. Good serve. Worsley behind the 3-meter line on the left side. Rosenmeyer dug up near the end line. Tuaninga throws it up near the net. It'll be flipped over. One-hand save. Parapunov left side. Rosenmeyer rolls it over. Dug up by DeFalco. Tuaninga back to DeFalco. Blocked. Backs it right side. Cross court. Singh. Does he get it in? He does. Wow. He had a lot of English on that shot, didn't he?
Yeah, that was a nice little cut shot by Singh there. He just finds his way inside the block. That's pretty savvy.
That almost looks like he learned that playing on the beach.
Well, most of these guys do play on the beach. And they play for a team that's called
The Beach.
The Beach. I love the way in the middle of that transition play, DeFalco got caught inside, and he still got a set from Tuaninga because they played together for so long, they just audibleized.
So Josh Tuaninga again with the jump serve. The lefty gets it over. It's going to be an overpass. Joust saved by Long Beach State, and then knocking it down is DeFalco. He is so good. And Long Beach State, the first to reach the 15-point mark. They lead by 7.
Rainbow Warrior Volleyball on Spectrum Sports is sponsored by Strong and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
These 2 teams came into tonight's matchup as the top 2 hitting teams in the country by percentage. Long Beach State at 393, Hawaii at 356 right now. Long Beach State at about their average, hitting 400, but Hawaii hitting 0.
Not good numbers for Hawaii. Signing out Long Beach State, 88%. Hawaii only 50%. Long Beach State out blocking Hawaii 4.5 to 2, and out digging Hawaii 8-2.
Here's the junior Tuaninga out of Long Beach with the jump serve. Kept it alive by Solberg. Rosenmeyer will hit it over. It's overpassed. Back set right side. Parapunov down the line. Dug up by Molina. They go to Singh off the block and down in the back row.
Singh having a perfect night thus far. 3 kills, no errors.
Well, Long Beach State on a 4-0 scoring run. Hawaii calls the TO.
Rainbow Warrior Volleyball on Spectrum Sports is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Kaiser Permanente.
Back at the stand, Sheriff Center in the opening set. It's been all number 1 Long Beach State. They've doubled up Hawaii 16-8. The Beach serving from your right to left. Josh Tuaninga will do the honors, gets to serve over. Worsley will set it high on the left side for Rosenmeyer. Block saved by Tuileta, overpass. Joust kept alive somehow by the 49ers and just pushed over by DeFalco. Left side again, Rosenmeyer high off the hands. Pushed up to Tuaninga, left side. DeFalco with the left hand, and he gets it off the hand of the block, probably Worsley, and gets the point.
DeFalco just having his way with the Warriors right now with the left hand there right off Worsley's pinky. DeFalco now with 5 kills, no errors, hitting a mere 556. Normally it's 400 on the year.
And Hawaii's really been ambushed here in this first set. Worsley under it. Out of the back row, Von Tilburg. Von Tilburg knocked over by Rosenmeyer. Tuaninga. Singh dug up. Tuileta gets to it near the end line. Here comes Parapunov, and he hits it too long. And when you have those scrambled plays, Long Beach State seems to be so good at ending up with the digit.
Yeah, they play some great defense. Hawaii's now going to call another timeout, their second and final one.
So Hawaii will call their final timeout of the first set, down by 10. All right, let's check out the first Hawaiian Bank top 3, and it's NCAA single season set winning percentage. So you look at what Long Beach State has done so far this year. They've won 69 of the 76 sets they've played.
Amazing. Simply
90.8%.
amazing. The most efficient team in history.
As of right now, that's for sure. Tuaninga's serve is mishandled by Von Tilburg. Parapunov gets it in. It'll be freed over by Rosenmeyer, who puts a little too much spin on that one. and it goes long. Well, during the timeout, they acknowledge the beach volleyball team, which is in attendance. I want to remind everybody, join us Sunday evening, 7 o'clock, senior night, Hawaii taking on Boise State. And you can see it live right here on Spectrum Sports. 7-0 scoring run for the 49ers. It has not been close here in this first set. Feels like Josh Tuaninga's been serving for days, and he finally serves one out.
Tuaninga, two-time All-American so far, his freshman, sophomore years. Likely to make All-American again this year. All-MPSF 2 times. Last year, he was the setter of the year.
Tuaninga backs this to right side. DeFalco powers it off the block. Saved by Parapunov. They go back set right side. Von Tilburg off the double block. Saved near the end line. Up to Tuaninga in the middle. Amato. Tuileta. Right side. Parapunov tries to tool it off the block, and he does.
All right, finally winning a long rally. And touching the block there. Parapunov goes into the net, but after the ball had already hit the floor.
So Worsley flips it and rips it. Molina, perfect pass to Tuaninga. Ensing, block. Molina bumps it up to Tuaninga. Back to Ensing. There's Worsley. Solberg, Parapunov. And he gets the kill. Good effort by Molina. The libero going out of bounds, trying to save that one.
Parapunov really the only Hawaii attacker having any kind of success. He's got 4 kills. Solberg gets the assist right there. Middles love to get the assist, by the way.
Showed soft hands.
Only 2 other players have kills. Worsley's got a kill, and Von Tilburg's got a kill.
That's never a good sign when your setter's one of the top 3 kill leaders. Nice dig. Rosemeyer hits it out of bounds, and Rosie really struggling offensively here in this opening set.
Yeah, hitting negative numbers right now. No kills, 3 errors, and 10 tries, hitting negative 300.
TJ DeFalco, the junior out of Huntington Beach, the All-American.
I think he skipped youth national team and junior national team, went right to the national team. That's how good he is.
And he is legit. Worsley quickly gets in the middle. Solberg with the point.
Solberg's a guy who's really been successful as of late. Santa Barbara trip, and even before that trip, he and Worsley have really connected well, and Solberg hitting for big numbers the last month or so.
Important for Hawaii. They're not going to win this opening set more than likely, but to settle down and start playing their brand of volleyball for the next couple of sets. There's a kill off the block by Ensing. And it's 21-12 Long Beach State. Davis Cannon appears that he will come in, and he will for Nick Amato. Cannon, a 6'7" senior, listed as an opposite out of Santa Ana, California, and Irvine Valley College. And back to serve will be Matt Butler, a senior out of Huntington Beach. Butler floats it over. Worsley, one-hand save, pushed over, kept alive by the Beach. Ensing, and he is root. Solberg, along with Parapunov.
Boy, desperately trying to find some rhythm, some momentum, something good to happen in this set, because it's been all a Long Beach, to say the least.
And Brandon Rattray is going to check in for the Bows for Dalton Solberg, and he'll go back and serve for UH. Rattray with 10 service aces on the year, and he can really fire it from behind the service line.
Probably the most miles per hour of anybody on the team. He can go mid-70s sometimes.
Gets that serve over. Tuaninga, left side. Kept alive by Hawaii. Parapunov off the triple block. One-hand save. Molina throws it up near the net. Pushed over down the line. It goes wide. No, it gets in for loose. And everything going Long Beach State's way.
What a set from Molina that time, from deep in the court. Puts it right on the money at left front for Hoos. Wow.
And Hoos, the Norwegian, will go back and serve. Rips that jump serve. That will be an ace. Number 18 on the year for Hoos.
Ensing.
Oh, it was that Ensing, excuse me. Hoos is number 21 for Ensing.
Hoos is at the net.
So Ensing gets ready once more. Cranks that one. Worsley, left side. Von Tilburg. Somehow, nope, they aren't able to save it. To a Niga called for the lift by Kevin Cole, the upper rift official. Now we're going to see Gage Worsley check in to serve for Hawaii, the younger brother of Joe. Worsley going through his ritual, the lefty. Cranks that one over. Molina bumped up by Tuaninga. Kept alive by Worsley to Joe Worsley in the middle. Gassman gets it down in the back row. For Hawaii to be successful tonight, they're going to need to get the middles involved.
Absolutely. Good pass by Gage Worsley there. Gassman hitting right in the gap between the two blockers.
So Gage again gets ready. Does have 7 service aces on the year, but that one goes long, and now Long Beach State a point away from taking the opening set. Long Beach State 23-0. Hawaii comes in at 17-6. Leon Hoos with the serve. Tuileta, Worsley on the left side. Von Tilburg knocks it down. Third kill for Stein Von Tilburg.
Finally, Hawaii's getting Stein involved a little more than Tilburg. 3 kills, no errors in 7 tries.
And Hawaii hitting above 0 finally. Von Tilburg again took a bit off of that one. Tuaninga quickly in the middle, and knocking that one down is Henderson. And Long Beach State wins the opening set over Hawaii handily by the score of 25-16. We'll take a break, come back, and we'll have set number 2 for you here from Manoa. Well, let's take a look at the Jack Fact. And let's first take a look at the standings, though, in the Big West. Long Beach State has already assured themselves of the top seed next weekend at home for the tournament. UC San Diego will be the last seed. Other than that, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is all still kind of up for grabs. And so I guess the Jack Fact would be second seed. If Hawaii goes 2-0 or 1-1 this weekend against the 49ers, RUH goes 0-2, and UCI has a loss, and CSUN has a loss. Hawaii's the second seed. The only way really Hawaii could be the 4th seed is they go 0-2, and UCI and CSUN both win. CSUN playing UCSD, UCI playing UCSB. And last night, Santa Barbara on the coast did beat Irvine in 5, but tomorrow they'll be playing Irvine in Irvine.
Hawaii wants to kind of steer away from that 4th seed because 4 draws, you know who, number 1 Long Beach.
How's that, though? The rich get richer. Long Beach State, the number 1 team in the country, and they get to host the Big West Conference Tournament. Hawaii will host it next year. Let's take a look at TJ DeFalco. We talked quite a bit about him, Coach, and he lived up to the hype, I thought, in that opening set.
And TJ with 5 kills, no errors, hitting .455. Normally hits .400 on the year. He's just one special player. Good job, big arm. Kyle Ensing, another guy, plays opposite. He plays Rado's position for Long Beach State. And he's just got all the shots, a bunch of beat shots. Ensing 4 kills, 1 error, hitting .333. Another steady, high percentage player who's also got a service ace.
Well, Ensing and DeFalco accounted for 9 of the team's 13 kills in that first set. The 49ers out hitting Hawaii 333 to 083. They also outblocked Hawaii 4.5 to 3 and outdug the Bows 14 to 9. So no question, it was a 49er opening set.
I'll tell you, Hawaii would be happy to hold Long Beach State to 333. as long as Hawaii hit 400. They didn't have a chance.
No question. Who serves it? Set number 2 underway. Here's Parapunov, and that one will go wide and out of bounds. Parapunov had an excellent road trip last weekend over in Santa Barbara. Hit 404 for the 2 matches, averaged 4.43 kills per set. Was named Co-Big West Conference Player of the Week. And now has had 4 straight matches of 10 or more kills. He really struggled for a stretch. That serve goes long. And that is our first tie of the match. Long Beach State led from start to finish in that opening set. So Joe Worsley back to do the serving duties for Hawaii. And that serve just a tad bit too far.
Both teams taking some chances from behind the service line, knowing that each offense is really good. The number 1 and number 2 offenses in the country. So all the servers are going, I got to get back there and rip this, try to get them out of system.
Well, he just took a look at Alan Knight, 15th year head coach for Long Beach State, and picked up win number 300 last weekend against UCSD. Get a point for Hawaii. They'll call 4 hits on the beach, but Alan Knight, the 2012 U.S. Olympic head coach, and he's been around a long time and an excellent coach. There you see our officials up on the pedestal. Kevin Call, Wayne Lee will be down low, and the linesmen Wes Kawachi and Randy Rubinall. And I think Alan Knight wants to challenge whether or not there were 4 hits. Can you challenge that? He did ask for a challenge.
Well, it's a touch on the block is what he's looking at.
Is that what he's looking for?
Yeah, he thinks that there was a touch, and I think TJ DeFalco probably instructed Coach Knight to grab that green card and do the challenge, because DeFalco thought there was a touch on the block. We'll see.
Well, I thought what was interesting talking to Coach Knight is we take a look again. Well, that's really difficult to tell.
Well, it got an awful lot of cable, that's for sure. Whether or not Rosenmeyer got a piece of it, hard to tell. It's got all the cable there and no Rosenmeyer touch. That's a pretty easy call. I think Wayne Lee will turn around and make the call. No touch.
Yep, so it'll be the Hawaii point. Coach Knight, though, talking about how smart his team was. He was very impressed by their intelligence, their volleyball IQ. He said they're so easy to work with, and they listen so well, and they understand what I'm trying to relay to them. So tied at 2 here in set number 2. Rosenmeyer with the jump serve. Molina, DeFalco will set it. Block saved. They go over on the left side for DeFalco, cross court. Katsu.
Oh man, DeFalco had absolutely no approach whatsoever. He stepped into the court to make that set. Then he's got to go back outside and make this shot. Field goal on Solberg. But DeFalco is just one special player. No wonder he's on the World National League, world roster for the national team.
Overpass, pushed over, one-hand save, Worsley. Solberg looking for his second assist, and he will get it on the kill by Stefan Tilburg.
And we have the second time tonight, I believe.
Yes. So third assist for Solberg.
Third tie.
Oh, third tie. I thought you were talking about Solberg. Solberg does have a couple of assists, though, now.
He does.
It's a serve over to Aninga in the middle. Amato dug up. Worsley, left side. Von Tilburg, hard off the block and out of bounds. And Hawaii looks comfortable. They're starting to get their legs underneath them as they take their first lead of the match.
Yeah, they were facing a juggernaut in the first set. Got beat in pretty much every statistical category in the first set. Now they're scratching and clawing their way back into this game.
Good serve by Solberg. Tuaninga bumps it up on the left side. Ensing dug up back row, overpass taken by Long Beach State. Here's Ensing, another great dig. Left side, Von Tilburg. And down.
Oh, now Von Tilburg's getting the crowd involved.
Good crowd on hand, as you would expect.
How hustle by Molina out of the back row.
Yeah, you're never quite sure the ball's down till it actually hits the floor when you got such great liberos like Molina and on the Hawaii side, Tuileta. Well, there you see what Stein has done in Big West Conference matches so far this year. And no question Von Tilburg will be an All-American sometime this year when it's announced.
No question. Yeah, he's had the steadiest year of all Rainbow Warriors.
Taking a bit off of that one, Solberg gets the overpass, attack. Kept alive by Rosenmeyer. Worsley, right side.
The Warriors starting to flex their muscles a little bit, literally and figuratively.
Hawaii loses the opening set 25-16, but lead 6-3 here in the second. Solberg rips that serve. Called off and set by Long Beach State off the triple block, kept alive by Worsley. Here comes Von Tilburg. Rat-a-tat-tat around. How Hawaii keeps it alive to Aninga. Pushed over, dug up by Rosenmeyer. Worsley, left side. Von Tilburg off the block. Kept alive to Falco. Bumped up over on the left side. Singh goes cross court. Dug up Rosenmeyer. Left side. Von Tilburg. And he gets it off the block and down. And Hawaii wins the long run.
So the opposite is happening from the first set. Hawaii now winning the long rallies and really getting the crowd involved.
Well, you talk about the opposite. Look at the current set hitting percentages. Hawaii hitting 400, Long Beach State hitting 0. Crazy.
A complete flip-flop from the first set.
For the latest information on UH Athletics, go to hawaiiathletics.com for UH news, tickets, videos, and more. You can also visit UH's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube sites to follow your favorite teams and get current fan promotions. Well, the fans didn't have much to cheer about in that opening set, but they certainly do here in the early goings of set number 2. And the fans are into this one. There's an ace by Solberg.
67-mile-an-hour ace.
And that will force Long Beach State to call a timeout. 8-3 Hawaii here in the second.
Big Island Candies, the perfect place to find the perfect gift. Visit them at their flagship store in Hilo at Ala Moana Center or BigIslandCandies.com to see their amazing selection.
Well, we understand there's thunder and lightning outside. The baseball game in a delay right now. Well, we got our own thunder and lightning inside the Stan Sheriff Center right now. As you see, the score in the rain delay tied at 1 in the bottom of the third. But it was all Long Beach State in that opening set, 25-16, and Hawaii has regrouped. They are up 8-3 on a 6-0 run here in the second. Solberg serve after the timeout goes out of bounds.
Solberg really went after that one. I think Charlie Wade has given all of his jump servers the green light to get after it.
Well, I think after
when they're feeling good.
Yeah, and I think after what you saw happen in the first set, you're going to have to pick up the service game. There's no question. Here's TJ DeFalco.
One of the best servers in the country.
Right on cue, C-Mac serves it long. I know that was what you had in mind.
Did I jinx him?
Yeah, absolutely. But in a good way.
You like those reverse bachi.
Absolutely. Corrado Parapunov now will go back and see if the Bulgarian can serve it in for UH. He does, and that will be an ace for Parapunov.
Was one of the best servers in Europe when he played over there in junior volleyball, and he's continued to fine-tune that serve of his. He hit that one pretty much down the line. He's got a great hook to the right as well.
Well, flips the tape to Aninga in the middle and knocked down by Amato.
Nick Amato. You know, the other day in practice, they had one of the players, I think it was Butler, saw that the speed gun was on. So he went from running into the gym and raced to the other to see how fast he could get the speed gun to go. And he got it to 19 miles an hour. Amato said, Richard said he can beat that. So he went to 20.7. And then Amato finished practice by breaking that, went to 21 miles an hour and broke the record. So.
Well, there's an ace by the local boy on the Long Beach team, Ethan Siegfried, out of Punahou.
Alan Knight really likes Ethan Siegfried. He's a great jumper, 3-time state champion, first team All-State his last year. Also a paddler and a kayaker. Lots of family in the house tonight.
Cranks that serve. Worsley has to circle under it for Parapunov block. There's Tuileta. Left side, Von Tilburg. Worsley. Tuileta, right side, Parapunov. That time he is stopped. Hit it into the teeth of the triple block loose and Singh among the three.
White transition, just a little bit too slow. 3 blockers up there. They all knew where that set was going.
Siegfried will serve once more. Well, he's still up by 3, but down 1 set to none. Tuileta. Worsley backs it right side. Parapunov, and he'll get a net violation on the 49ers. I believe it was on who's looked over at Wayne Lee and said, I didn't touch the net.
Ethan Siegfried had a nice run through the back row there serving. Got an ace and a couple others. Get that ball lively. His teammates congratulating him. Chest bumps, high fives. They know the local boy wants to look good tonight for sure.
Of course. On Tilburg with the good serve. Left side, the block saved. Backs it right side. Singh tries to push it off the block, and he does. Gets the tool and the point.
One of the reasons that Singh such a high percentage hitter is he makes smart shots like that. The ball wasn't exactly where he wanted it, so he just made a pushed tool shot out of it and kept it in play. Keeps his average up.
Singh out of Valencia, California. Has 20 service aces, make it 21. He had one earlier. Set in the middle and terminated big time by Gassman.
So when Hawaii passes well, they can get the middles involved. When they don't pass well, they're going to the pins, and they're subject to that great Long Beach State block.
So after getting the kill, Gassman will serve. Nice serve. High pass. Tuininga goes and gets it. On the left side, Hoos will not be blocked as it lands just beyond the end line. Oh, I thought they may have had one.
Smart shot by Hoos. Hit high hands, and Hawaii just pushed it long. Hoos, a good foreign pickup from Norway. Just like Hawaii had a great foreign pickup in Henrik Moll.
Yep, Henrik
the last 4 years.
The Bjarne Hoos. Pops that serve. Tuileta two-hands it up. Worsley in the middle. Solbrink crunches it down. That play is so effective when Solbrink attacks from that angle.
If I'm not mistaken, Long Beach State might have had 3 blockers up there, but they were all going up at different times. And Solbrink was just 1 step too quick.
And that was a great pass as well. So Worsley, the setter, to serve. Flips the cape, gets over. Molina, Tuininga. And Falco gets it off the hands in the back row.
A rare error from Tuileta. Had he gotten out of the way there, I don't think the block touched it. I think that would have been long and out. It's hard to make that decision with such a split-second decision when the ball's coming at you at 70 miles an hour.
So Louis Richard, or Louis, I guess, as they call him as well. Gina of LA will go back and serve. Rosemeyer, good pass to Worsley in the middle, and straight down it goes off the right hand of Solberg.
Colin Solberg, I think he's hitting over 500 for the year. Just huge numbers.
He is hitting 482. That's pretty close to 500. We'll round it up. Rosemeyer serve to Aninga. And there's the solo block. Stein von Tilburg of Singh. And Hawaii, the first to reach 15 here in the second set. The Bulls lead it 15-10. Well, let's take a look at the series record. It is sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. We go back to April 22nd of last year, the MPSF title match. There's Long Beach State defeating Hawaii in 4. They lead the all-time series 43-41. The Beach has also won the last 5 meetings between these two. Long Beach tonight comes in 23-0. Number 1 in the country, Hawaii. Number 6, according to the coaches, and 17-6 overall. Brett Rosenmeyer will serve for Hawaii. His serve goes out of bounds. Long Beach State really came out, played extremely well in that opening set. They took it over Hawaii 25-16, but Hawaii slowly has found their way here in the second. Josh Tuininga, the All-American setter, to serve. Takes a bit off of that one. Worsley in the middle. Solberg blocked. Worsley, left side. Von Tilburg off the high hands. Molina keeps it alive. DeFalco, he saves his own shot. Back to DeFalco. Tries to take a bit off of it. It's blocked. Saved. Pushed over. Here comes UH. Tuileta. Von Tilburg. Saved by Worsley. Tuileta over on the right side. Parapunov. And eventually it carries out of bounds beyond the end line. What a rally that was between those two. And finally, Parapunov gets it down.
Great set from Tuileta. Again, 6 hands across. 3-man block for Long Beach State. Tough to get past that. But Parapunov, as he's been doing the last few weekends, just pounding it high off the hands.
Solberg will serve. Tuininga quickly on the left side. Singh. There's Joe Worsley trying to dig up that shot. No chance in the back row.
If Ensing's left with a one-on-one on the outside, he pretty much is going to have his way.
So 4-point lead for Hawaii. DeFalco to serve. Worsley backs it right side. Parapunov powers that one down off the hands of Hus and Amato.
Amato's starting to get warmed up now. Made 4 errors early on. Now he's got 8 kills to lead all Rainbow Warriors.
But we saw him making that turn, that change 2 weeks ago during the UCSD series. He starting to play. He started playing like the Rado we knew he would be. Here's Gage Worsley in the serve. The lefty knuckles it over. Quickly in the middle, pushed over. Dug up by Gage. High set to Von Tilburg, and he will be stopped.
Again, solid block by Long Beach State. 6 hands across, led by that guy, Nick Amato.
And Amato will go back to serve. Leads the team in blocks. Floats it deep, and 2 balls. And right now, Hawaii would be perfectly content trading side outs with a 5-point lead. Remember, this is a Long Beach State team that has only lost 7 sets all year.
Yeah, set up and you feel like you won the match.
No kidding.
But long ways to go for Hawaii. 7 points. Going to be the 7 hardest earned points of the night.
SVT gets the ace. On Tilburg with his first service ace of the evening.
Molina does not get ace very often. I'll tell you, he is a very sure passer. That ball was really moving. Didn't have much spin on it. It was more of a knuckler that time.
10th service ace for Von Tilburg. That's another good serve. Out of the back row attack, blocked by Worsley, saved. They back to the right side. Singh hits it off the taper. Ricochet goes out of bounds. And Hawaii the first to reach 20 here in the second set. And we'll get a timeout called on the floor by Long Beach State. We'll keep it here, but You talked about a tale of two different sets, Coach. The first set was all Long Beach State. They led from start to finish, 25-16, and then you hear this raucous crowd here in the second, where Hawaii has finally found themselves, and they're up by 7 on the #1 team in the country.
It's hard to even hear ourselves now.
It is as
So
loud.
loud.
This is as loud as we've heard it in this arena in a long, long time. Let's go over to Ryan Clay, Suji. Ryan.
Well, I'll tell you what, Scott, it definitely is hard to hear you. The fans making some noise, liking what they're seeing for both sidelines, on Hawaii and the Long Beach State sideline. Both coaches talking about defense. Head coach Charlie Wade really encouraging his wing diggers. He said, you guys have got to stay planted and be ready to make those aggressive moves. He said the balls are coming fast and we have got to react. On the Long Beach State side, in an offense that was thriving in the first set, Long Beach State coaching staff talking to their players primarily about their defense, saying Hawaii's playing great defense. We have got to counter. We've got to start to touch more balls on defense and run our transition game. So in a game that's featured high-octane offense, both coaches now turning to the defense. Back over to you guys.
Hey, thanks a lot, Ryan. Well, Coach, one thing you talk a lot about is side-out percentage. And you look at the first set where Long Beach State sided out at 76% to Hawaii's 50%. It's almost flipped here in the second. Hawaii siding out at 78% to 52 for the 49ers.
Yeah, that's often an indicator of who's going to win that particular set. And whoever has the best side-out percentage for the night generally wins the match. If you can side out at around 70 or so, you're going to win the match more often than not. So far tonight, Hawaii right around 60%, Long Beach State at 63. Both defenses playing pretty good defense right now.
So Hawaii up on Long Beach State by a touchdown, and Von Tilburg serves that one over to Ininga to attack cross court. Back set right side. Von Tilburg shot goes long, but Hawaii asking for a touch, and they will not get it.
Looks like Charlie Wade might challenge that.
Might as well. And I see him with the green placard. And so Hawaii will indeed challenge to see if there was a touch.
Touches are a lot more difficult to see unless the ball's traveling really slowly.
We get a good look at Wayne Lee, who's the guy that has to make the call. Taking a look at the monitor. Let's see what you think, Coach. Oh, yeah.
I think Goose might have got a piece of that. Hard to tell if his finger gets bent back. Watch the left arm of the outside player. Hard to tell there. That's really hard to see. There's a closer one. This one might tell.
Yeah, no, but you know what I'm saying?
Right there. Yeah, he might have got a piece of it right there. Goose might have gotten it.
I thought I got a piece of Goose's fingertips.
Yeah, we'll see Wayne Lee. Yep.
And the lights are flickering, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that, Chris, but they're flickering here in the Sheriff Center. And there was a touch. Charlie Wade wins the challenge. The Bows get the points.
You don't see Long Beach State arguing at all. I think Goose knew that he touched it. And I got lucky there.
The player always knows.
Yeah.
He always knows. So 21-13 Hawaii advantage. Von Tilburg flips it, rips that one over. It's going to be an overpass. Rosenmeyer attacks it. And then the ball stays on the 49ers side. It will be a Hawaii point. Touch called on Long Beach State.
What a reversal of fortunes in the second set. This is a Jekyll and Hyde match so far. Wouldn't you say, Scott?
I think we'll be here for a while.
Unbelievable.
I've got nothing to do here tonight. 5-0 scoring run by Hawaii. Fans clapping rhythmically for Von Tilburg, who serves that one into the nets. Well, you got chances. You know, we talked to both coaching staffs, and the Hawaii staff felt like they had to play almost a perfect match tonight. They kind of got ambushed in that first set, but they've played extremely well here in the second. Singh's serve is over. Chase down Worsley, gets to it. Rosenmeyer off the triple block, bumped up to Ininga. Singh pushed up by Von Tilburg. Back set to Stein. Stein off the block, and it lands out of bounds. Knife off was asking Kevin Call, the up official, did the ball hit the floor out of bounds? He goes, yes. It did not hit Von Tilburg. And Brandon Rattray will come in and serve it up for the Bows. Only 2 points away from evening up this match with #1 Long Beach State. Rattray, the sophomore out of San Diego. Takes a bit off that one. Molina to Tuaninga. Pushed off the block, saved by Rosemeyer. Then turning around and hitting it out was Worsley. I like the idea.
Not a bad idea. I like it too. Joe took the offense into his own hands and keeping Long Beach State block guessing a little bit. And he had an open court. If he just hit it down a little bit, he had an open court.
You can take those chances when you're up.
Especially when you're up 23-14.
Yeah, you can take those chances. If it was a little tighter, I don't think Joe Montana Worsley would have done that. And yes, that is his name, Joe Montana Worsley. And now we're going to have a serving substitution for the 49ers. Carlos Rivera will check in, and he's going to come in and serve for Hoos. Rivera, freshman out of Puerto Rico, but he went to high school at Newport Harbor.
Played his club ball for Balboa Bay Club. The club of Charlie Brand, former Dave Shoji assistant.
Letta, left side. Rosemeyer! Somehow, 49ers keep it off the floor. Worsley, he'll give it again to Rosemeyer. Dug up back row. Flipped over by Rivera. He'll be called for the double contact. That's a difficult play for even a setter to do, let alone. Well, he is a setter.
He is the backup setter.
Yeah.
To Aninga, actually.
That's true.
So rare for him to throw the ball like that.
And here it is, set point for Hawaii. They lost the first 25-16. They lead 24-15 here in the second set. And a little housekeeping to be done across the way.
And even though this is air conditioned, these players are sweating.
Oh, yeah.
When they go to the floor, they get in that Terraflex wet and slippery. It's got to be safe. Keep it dry.
Hawaii a point away from going into intermission. Tied with the #1 team in the country. Worsley to serve it up. Gets it over to Aninga, left side to Falco. Kept alive by Worsley. Here comes Von Tilburg and he hits it out. It was close. Not close enough for Stein and company. Fans are antsy. I guess it's a Friday the 13th crowd, huh?
Well, Stein wanted Charlie Wade to use the challenge card, but at 24-16, Charlie really needs to save that challenge card for a more important call later in the match.
Henderson gets it over. Here comes Solberg, flips it over, diving save. The Falco. Tuaninga digs it up. Worsley's going to hit it. Tuaninga. Right side, Ensing, Tuaninga digs it up and it'll fly way out of bounds, and a nice save by Ryan Suji in the corner. Good form, Ryan.
Might not be a bad time for Charlie Wade to call timeout to settle the troops down. He's got 2 timeouts left.
Let's check that hit by Von Tilburg. Ooh, that looked like it was in. Maybe they should have challenged, but it doesn't matter. The error by Anderson on the serve, and Hawaii wins the second 25-17. We're knotted up at a set apiece. Stay tuned. It's intermission. Coming up next, the Corner Crew. Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. Intermission, Hawaii, Long Beach State knotted up at a set apiece. And here are the numbers through the first 2, Coach.
Won this Jekyll and Hyde match. Things about even. Kills about even. Attempts about even. Errors, Hawaii's got, set 5 more. Kill percentage, both of them horrible for these 2 teams. The #1 and 2 most offensive teams in the country at 390 and 350. All of a sudden now they're 217 and $1.59. Not very good. And the blocks, Long Beach State much better than blocking. They got most of those in the first set. And then you see the digs about even and aces to errors. Hawaii come up with some crucial aces in that second set. Got 4 aces now. So Hawaii looking pretty good on that second set, but who knows whether Jekyll's going to show up this game or Mr. Hyde.
That's what makes it so interesting. Will it be the Long Beach in set 1 or the Hawaii in set 2? We do know, though, a lot of times that intermission seems to take away the momentum of the team that won the second set. In this case, it would be Hawaii.
Yeah, we'll see how they come out. I think both coaches will make good adjustments. Might even make some lineup rotations. I don't think there made any changes. Looks like Rosenmeyer's going to stay in for a while there because he was hitting negative. I thought Matautia might come in for him. But Rosenmeyer stayed in that second set and played well. Still isn't hitting for a great percentage, but he played well.
Well, buckle up. It should be fun. Gibson Johnson and some of his former teammates, since he is a senior, and Sharif Dramé, they had their banquet the other night. They're in attendance, and we're underway here in set number 3. Tuaninga, left side. Singh gets it down in the back row. Beat strike first here in the third. But really, it was a complete Jekyll and Hyde set 1 and set 2 for both these teams. We'll see who can be more balanced the rest of the way. That'll be the team that'll pull out the W. And by the way, Hawaii winning that set, the only 8th time this year that Long Beach State has lost a set. Of course, they have not lost a match this year. Worsley quickly in the middle. Solberg punches it too far.
A rare error from Solberg. Yeah, his first of the night. He can go a whole weekend and not make 1 error. He's that good, but that one there, I think he was just chomping at the bit because he did have an open court.
So 2-0 start for the 49ers. The Falco, without an ace so far tonight, hits that one into the net. Only 2 service aces for Long Beach State. This is a team that came in averaging almost 2 service aces a set.
The Falcons got 43 service aces on the year. Arguably the best jump serving acer in the country.
Yeah. Rosenmeyer get his serve into the cable. Well, one thing we talked about in set number 2, particularly for Hawaii, is that they were going to have to up their serving game if they're going to stay competitive. They did, and it resulted in that 25-17 win. I think Long Beach State probably feels the same as Nick Amato out of Aliso Niguel, California. Serves it over quickly in the middle, and getting it down is Solberg off the hands of the block attempt of Simone Anderson.
Solberg showing that he can go back across his body as well as hitting that wrist away shot. He's got both those shots. He's developing into quite the offensive middle attacker.
He really is. The junior out of Lindenhurst, Illinois.
Could have gone to Harvard. Came to Hawaii for marine sciences reason.
Yeah, me too. Backs it right side off the double block. There's Worsley to dig it up. Rosenmeyer will set it high for Parson off the triple block, and then we'll say a net violation on the beach.
That one might have been on Anderson in the middle. Yeah, there it is. Simone Anderson, the forearm.
Out of Denmark.
Nice net cam there by our crew.
Hey, nothing but the best, huh? First tie of his third set. No longer on the service error by Solberg.
10 service errors by Hawaii so far.
But you kind of expected that.
Solberg, Sucker, Brett Rosemeyer's got 3 service errors. But they're being aggressive. They have to be aggressive. This Long Beach State offensive team is just too good.
Henderson gets his service over. Worsley, right side. Parapunov dug up by Singh. Tuaninga back to him. And there's not a block as it just lands out of bounds. Hawaii players lifting their head towards the ceiling going, gosh, I thought we had it.
Kyle Singh, Fab 50 coming out of high school, USA Youth National Team, USA Junior National Team. Brother Eric played for 4 years at Long Beach State, 2014 and 2017, so it's in his blood, in his DNA.
And there will be an ace. Singh picks up the ace, and Long Beach State out to a quick beginning after the intermission here in set number 3. Singh 21 service aces. 3-0 scoring run now by the Beach. That serve just gets over. Worsley has to chase. Backs it to far right side. Parapunov gets it off the hands. Off of Hoos as well as Henderson.
Once again, Parapunov, the beneficiary of a nice matchup there. 6'9" versus the 6'1" of Yarn Hoos.
Parapunov now the first in double digits in kills with 10. And he will serve. Cranks that one over. Joust at the net. Kept alive by the Beach. They pop it up. Pushed over by Hoos. There's Parapunov. Worsley, the left side. Von Tilburg. And Von Tilburg gets it to fall.
Stein, second player into double digits with 10 kills now in 21 tries.
These two teams pretty similar in the sense that they rely heavily on their one left and their opposite for most of their offense.
Yeah, Von Tilburg, Parapunov for Hawaii, Singh and DeFalco for Long Beach State.
So Hawaii down by a point, make it 2 on the error by Parapunov.
And we're being treated to some real quality players and quality play often tonight by All-Americans galore on both sides of the net.
Yarn Hoos, the outside, flips the cable. Good high pass. Worsley, left side. Von Tilburg off the hands of Singh, and it flies out of bounds.
Shots like that make Theo and Brigitte, his parents, who traveled all the way from Europe to watch this, makes it all worth a while, don't you think, Scott?
Yeah, because that's a long trip.
Yeah.
That's a day in the air for sure. To Aninga. Checks out the middle, but then Mr. Gassman to reject Anderson.
And I guess the big bear hug from Larry Tuileta. In order to give this guy a bear hug at 6'10", watch Tuileta leaping up. He's got to go. You got to jump up to give him the bear hug. There you go, Tui.
Makes Tui look short. Tied at 7. Good serve. Will be bumped up by Hoos. Here's DeFalco, and he just makes things happen. When in doubt, go to TJ.
There was an example where that time the third blocker, Rosemeyer, actually got in the way and got the little mini touch off his finger. Otherwise, had he not gotten there as a blocker, ball would have been out.
They led up to Worsley, throws it back on the right side. There's the block, but there's Von Tilburg. Worsley will attack it, and he's blocked by his counterpart, Tuaninga. So we've seen only a couple of times tonight Joe become offensive-minded, but for the most part, it hasn't worked out for him.
You know what? He fooled everybody in the court, I think, except for Tuaninga.
Worsley, left side. Rosenmeyer, and I believe that is Rosie's first kill of the night, and it is.
People may be wondering, why is he still in the corner? He's only got 1 kill all night long. Well, the reason is he's got 5 digs, and he's been a solid passer, stabilizing that passing pattern.
Gassman now, the serve. Does have an ace tonight. And DeFalco climbs the ladder and then puts it straight back down on the Hawaii side. He has got some serious hops, and not only does he have hops, how quickly he gets up.
And he makes it look so easy. He sees the blocker down the line, saw Worsley there. He could have picked on Joe if he wanted to and gone over him, but he decided to go inside and down and makes it look so easy.
For the 3 sets, this has been the most competitive one so far. Rosenmeyer, perfect pass. Worsley, left side. Off the double block, there's Molina thrown up on the right side for Singh off the double block. Tuileta 2 hands it up to Worsley, backs it right side. Parapunov, and he is roofed. Blocked by DeFalco and Amato.
TJ got most of that one, but what a great left-hand turn into the court right there by TJ DeFalco. Textbook block, penetration over the net, left hand in.
You can tell the fans can kind of feel the momentum swinging. Beginning to chant, let's go Bows. Tuaninga's serve was a rocket. Worsley in the middle. Solberg punches the coconut.
Well, that was so quick. What a fast tempo set from Worsley to Solberg. They've got that 31 set wired. You see how Solberg's up in the air as the ball is still in Joe's hands.
And it all starts with a terrific pass. Worsley to serve. Cranks that one over. Ninga chases. Right side. The Falco. And the Falco gets it in.
That was magical. How he found the corner of the court there. That was really his only shot, but it's a very difficult shot to hit.
And Tui led us right there.
Yeah, the block's a little late. I guess Tui had no chance at it. Brilliant shot.
12-9, 49ers tied at a set apiece. The Falco serves it. Worsley. Rosenmeyer off the block and down.
Rosie warming up a little bit offensively. Bobby State block might have thought that Worsley would stay away from Rosie since Rosie struggled so much tonight, but Joe obviously fooling them a little bit and going back to Rosie.
Came back, got a piece of the Long Beach State player. So Hawaii gets the block. UH with 6 blocks. Long Beach State with 9.5. And Hawaii again finds themselves down now by only 1 here in the third set. Overpass and pushed down by Solberg. And Hawaii has tied it up for tie for the 3rd time here in the 3rd set. The Beach won the first set, 25-16. Hawaii taking the second, 25-17. 12-12 here in the 3rd. And Rosenmeyer served into the twine.
He's going to be a little bit careful. He's racking up a few too many service errors. That's his 4th on the night. He's got 1/3, I think, of Hawaii's service errors.
And Ethan Siegfried, the freshman out of Punahou, go back and serve. Last time he served, he did get an ace for the 49ers. Another good serve. On Tilburg. Ninga out of the back row. The block goes out of bounds. That's where you just hit the ball as hard as you can into the wall, and Charlie Wade wants to challenge that one. Brings over the green card to Wayne Lee, explaining what exactly he wants to challenge. So they will challenge. There once again you see the officials, Kevin Cole, the mainland, Wayne Lee, the local official, line some in, both local, Wes and Randy. What is he challenging right here, Coach?
Well, there's a little bit longer discussion than I thought. I thought it was just going to be challenging whether the ball went in or out. Maybe it's a net violation he's talking about. We'll see.
I didn't see it. I really didn't see anything, did you?
I didn't see that violation at all.
So this should be a pretty easy and quick call for Wayne Lee, and it appears it will be. You know what this does also? It gives Charlie a timeout, kind of, right?
Exactly.
Well, you look at it off the block, there's no question that it was out. It was out by a good 1.5 or so.
Yeah.
So that wasn't what they were challenging. So back to action, 14-12, Long Beach State. Siegfried will serve again. The flip and the rip. It's going to be overpassed. Here comes the Beach. Ninga flipped over. One-arm dig attempt by Rosenmeyer. on the kill by Singh. And Long Beach State, the first to reach 15 here in set number 3. We'll take a timeout here in Manoa. And there you see some fans in the stands, some members of the volleyball program. Emily Maglio and company, they'll be back out on the sand tomorrow and Sunday with duels against Arizona State and Boise State. In fact, we'll have the senior match on Sunday, weather permitting apparently, at 7 o'clock, Hawaii and Boise State. You'll see Emily among a few others right here on campus. Should be fun. And of course, tomorrow night we'll have the rematch of this one. But still a lot of volleyball left to be played, and we found out the game suspended next door because of rain in the bottom of the third, tied at 1. Nice and dry indoors. And there's an ace off the serve by Siegfried. The Punho grad gets his second ace of the match. And Long Beach State slowly beginning to kind of pull away here in the third.
How often we've seen local boys come back and have magnificent performances when they're in front of their hometown friends and family. Siegfried's having one of those nights right now. Second ace of the night. Good little wrist away shot.
I can answer that, Chris.
Yes.
Too many times.
Too many times.
Many, many times. So a 4-point advantage, 49ers. Tied at a set apiece. Brings that serve down for back-to-back aces. And that's 3 for the freshman.
Third ace of the night. I know his mom, Lisa, and dad, Chris, have got to be happy. They'll probably go and watch this over and over again.
So Long Beach State up by 5. We'll be back. Just got the attendance numbers for this evening's match. Tickets issued just under 4,982. In-house 3,877. Like to see at least twice as many tomorrow night for senior night. Back-to-back aces for Siegfried. Out of the break, he serves and gets it over. Back set right side. Parapunov dug up, hits the bottom of the scoreboard. Joust at the net point, Hawaii. Singh came over on the Hawaii side, did clear the antenna, got it back over, and then Joust, UH gets the digit.
How about that serving turn by Ethan Siegfried, picking up his second and third aces of the night. You know, Long Beach has got 5 aces a night. He's got 60% of them.
Yes, he does. And here's another local boy, but for the Warriors, Colton Cowell from Makawao on Maui, and his serve into the net. Well, this is kind of holding form the way this set is going, which means that we could possibly go to a 5th tonight. And if we do you realize that Hawaii has not played a 5-set match this year?
Amazing.
Isn't that amazing? And Long Beach has played 1. And that's when they won in 5 against Irvine earlier this season. Singh with the serve to Iletta. Good pass up to Tilburg's attack. Dug up. Here comes Singh to Iletta. Worsley throws it up on the right side. Parapunov down the line. Dug up by Molina. And it flies out of bounds.
I'll tell you, Jordan Molina is like a vacuum cleaner back there. Watching him and Tuileta is watching like a libero clinic going on. Both digging up all kinds of volleyballs.
Talking about liberos, next year's more than likely starting libero, Gage Worsley, will serve. He was the #1 high school libero a year ago. Shows UH over a number of schools, including UCLA. He cranks that one too far. A 19-14 Long Beach State lead. Jarn Hus, Fjord, Norway.
Tough rotation for Hawaii now. They'll have no Parapunov in the back row. Worsley's going to stay in, so no back row attack.
Worsley, left side. Von Tilburg, dug up nicely by Hus. They go to DeFalco. Worsley to Von Tilburg. Thrown up in the air. DeFalco off the block, dug up. Rosenmeyer, left side. SVT block, saved by Gassman. Stein will try again. And the Third time's a charm.
Well, those are some quality swings by SBT. And he just ran up against a better defense in Long Beach State for 2 of those 3. And finally on the third one, he gets one by Molina, who's just been a stellar digger all night long.
The clapping begins for Stein. Pops that one over to Aninga in the middle. The quick attack and put down by Simone Henderson out of Middelfart, Denmark.
Only his second kill of the night. Very unusual. He's a guy, it's really interesting. He's gotten Big West Freshman of the Week 7 times this year.
And I think the others went to a guy from Irvine, right?
Exactly.
Here's Lewis Richard, junior out of LA. Came in as a serving substitute earlier in the match. Worsley in the middle. Gassman blocked. Tweeletta right there. Back sit. Von Tilburg off the triple block. Pushed up. It's going to be an overpass. And hitting and getting it down on the overpass is Rosenmeyer. James Anastasiadis will come in and hit for Hawaii out of Huntington Beach, the sophomore. Hawaii still within striking distance. They go on the left to DeFalco off the hands of the block. I think anytime you really need a point, you go to number 11.
Yeah, I mean, he's a national team, international quality player of the year last year, hitting about 400 this year. Yeah, you're right, Scott. When in doubt, go to TJ.
Ninga taking his time, little lefty, flips it, and hits it into the middle of the net. Back into the front row is Rado. So you have Rado, you have Solberg, you have Rosenmeyer up front. Serving will be Worsley. Hawaii only down by 4, but points are running out here in the third set. Good pass to Ninga. And not ready for it was DeFalco. He's human.
A rare error in communication, possibly, from 2 guys who played an awful lot of volleyball together. You know, in high school, they went 2 years, had 80-0 mark. Undefeated for 2 years. Amazing.
I couldn't imagine anybody beating them, right? And so there'll be a timeout on the floor called by Long Beach State. 21-18. The Beach leading Hawaii, and we talk about the importance of this weekend for the Bows, that if they can get a win either tonight or tomorrow, that would ensure that they would be the number 2 seed next weekend at Long Beach for the Big West Conference Tournament, and really keep their hopes alive for a possible at-large. Should they not win tonight or tomorrow, they're going to have to win the Big West Tournament at Long Beach next week.
It's a tall order. They're capable of doing it, but they've got to have pretty much played perfectly throughout the whole weekend. It'd be much better. I think their better chances are to at least get a split out of this weekend from Long Beach, so that they can get a good seed and stay away from Long Beach and get a number 2 or 3 seed as opposed to a number 4 seed should they lose twice this weekend.
Let's go to our resident digger, Ryan Clay-Suji.
Thanks, Scott. Well, on the Long Beach State coaching sideline, coaching staff talking to their team about blocking. They recognize that this is the latter part of the match and that they're going to be Hawaii's going to be going to some of their big guns, including Rado Parapunap. The plan is they're going to try to take more of Rado's line. So we'll see if Hawaii and Rado can make the adjustments, knowing that Long Beach State are going to be countering with their block. Back over to you guys.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Ryan.
Well, if they do that, I think one of Rado's favorite shots is cross court.
Yeah, I don't really think of him as a guy that likes to go line all that much anyway.
Yeah, but he's been going line a lot tonight.
Yep.
So now, if they take it away, he may have that open cross court and take advantage of it. We'll see if he can notice it.
So Joe Worsley, with his right shoulder taped up, gets ready to serve this one. A high flip The rip, it's a good one. It shanked a bit, bumped up high on the right side. The attack of DeFalco blocked Molina behind the end line to save it. Freed over by Hoos. Here comes Hawaii. Tuileta, Worsley, Harapunov, and he gets it off the block and down. And he went cross on that shot.
Leach coach with one timeout left as we reach the crucial part of the game, reaching the 20s. Alan Knipe, after the team has now seen their 5-point lead dwindle to 2.
And there's going to be a ball kept alive by Molina. Worsley, again, Harapunov off the block and out of bounds. That's 4 in a row for Hawaii. They're down by 1.
Well, Ryan was right in that Hawaii is going to their big guns early and often.
So back-to-back Torado. The first time he went cross-court, that time he was going line, but he got it off the block and out of bounds. And Harapunov with 13 kills, Von Tilburg with 12, and they're really carrying the heavy load for Hawaii tonight.
Dalton Solberg with 6 kills. Rosemeyer with 3, still hitting negative. He's got 4 errors. Patrick Gassman with 2 kills. Worsley's got 1, but he's hitting negative as he tried to get a little too aggressive early on with trying to hit the ball over on 2.
So here you have the 2 top hitting teams percentage-wise in the country. Hawaii at 356, Long Beach State at 393. And what are they hitting here towards the latter part of set number 3? 224 for Hawaii, 222 for Long Beach State.
Amazing. Amazing. Give a lot of credit to both defenses, both the front row defense of the block and the back row defense of all the diggers. The defenses are just doing a terrific job, and both coaches, I think, have done an amazing job of scouting out the opponent, knowing all the other team's tendencies, knowing what the offenses tend to do, and slowing down a little bit the big hitters.
Well, this has been a Long Beach State team that has dominated all season long. Only pushed once to 5, which they won against UC Irvine. The vast majority of their matches, they've won in 3. So you wonder what their mindset is, how they'll react to being pushed, maybe possibly being down 2 sets to 1 if Hawaii can win the third.
You know, interesting, Scott, if you look at the 2 big hitters for each team, DeFalco got 30 swings for Long Beach, and Singh with 27 swings. For Hawaii, Van Tilburg, 30 swings. Harapunov, 27 swings.
Wow.
You think the 2 setters know who to go to?
They certainly do. Worsley gets the serve over in the middle and put down nicely by Amado.
What a pass by Jordan Molina that time. Stepped right in front of somebody, I'm not sure who it was, but he stepped in there and put up a perfect pass.
Now they bring in Davis Cannon for beyond Hoos. Probably a better blocker, definitely a lot bigger, 6 inches taller at 6'7". And TJ DeFalco will serve 22-20, 49ers here in the third. Takes a bit off of that one, forces the overpass to Aninga, out of the back row, DeFalco, and it works to perfection for the 49ers.
I think it's the first time they've set DeFalco out of the back row all night long. They've been saving that back row quick with a pick for a late going in one of these sets, and well chosen. Good timing.
So Hawaii will burn the timeout, down by 3 here in the third set. And if you're Charlie Wade, what are you doing right now? Are you trying to, well, obviously you're still trying to win this third set, but you're also maybe trying to get your mindset ready for the 4th set?
Not really. I think you're really staying in this particular set. You know, I think he knows that set is still winnable. I think he's thinking about the next play. How are we going to get a side out here? Who's the best chance to get us a side out and get us to 23-21? And the next server that goes back has got to bring some heat, because Long Beach State's offense is starting to roll right now.
Yeah, you know, we saw them that first set just absolutely dominated, and then Hawaii came back in set number 2. They turned the same thing onto the 49ers. It was 25-16 Long Beach in the first, 25-17 in the second Hawaii. But this third set was kind of more similar to what we kind of thought we would have between these two teams that were picked 1 and 2 in the Big West Conference preseason poll.
Exactly. Interestingly enough, in this third set, Hawaii out hitting Long Beach 379 to 304. But Long Beach State is better side-out percentage, 61 to 54.
And also you look overall at the serving, Hawaii with 14 service errors and only 8 for Long Beach State. So sometimes numbers don't tell the whole truth, that's for sure. So both teams back out on the floor. The Falco, 4th in the country in averaging aces per set, has not had a single ace yet tonight. Good high pass up to Worsley. They go to Rosemeyer, down the line, dug up, and getting it to fall down to dig kill appropriately by Molina. He kind of deserved that one the way he's played tonight.
Oh, he's played a terrific match tonight, and to get the dig kill there, oh, the liberos love this. I'll tell you, Rosie just absolutely annihilated that ball. Molina hung in there. JC State Most Valuable Player 2 years ago when he played for Long Beach City College. Last year played only 11 sets behind the 2 big shoes to fill of Andrew Santo, the All-American.
Really, shouldn't that be called a pec kill? Because that went off his chest muscle, right?
Could be called a pec kill.
Pec kill. And the service error, keeping Hawaii alive here in the third. And Brett Rosemeyer, who's had a number of service errors, will go back and serve. In fact, 4 errors, no aces for Rosemeyer, serving-wise this evening. And he gets the ace.
Right in between 2 of Long Beach State's best passers, DeFalco and Molina.
Kind of like they were napping back there, a little campfire defense. Rosemeyer gets his first ace and his 21st on the season. To Aninga on the right. Ensing dug up by Tuileta. They backset the right side. Parapunov off the triple block. And out of bounds. And Hawaii is still in it.
And both coaches out of timeouts. It's up to the players now to figure out how to get points off the other team.
Hawaii's got a lot of firepower up front, that's for sure. So Rosemeyer has to get this serve over. He does. They go out of the back row. And the roof of the Falco. And Hawaii has tied it.
Got to give a lot of credit to Rosie for keeping that serve in. There was a lot of pressure on there. He kept that serve in, got the crowd back into it. Hawaii just blocked arguably the best player in the country.
Hawaii, 4 in a row now. Another good serve. They go in the middle and putting it down as a motto.
The silent assassin. Amato comes out of nowhere. Has not gotten that many sets tonight exactly. Amato's actually only gotten altogether 7 sets all night long. That was his 8th, but he's been perfect. No mistakes at all. 4th kill.
Great time to go into it. Here comes the 5th set point for Long Beach. Float serve. Worsley pops up Parapunov, and he hits it out of bounds. And on the attack error, Long Beach State takes set number 3, 26 to 24. The Beach lead it 2 sets to 1. We'll have an exciting set number 4 for you when we return. All right, time now for a little Twitter talk as we have received a tweet from Kanoa Leahy. He is alive, having morning coffee in Italy and streaming UH Men's Volleyball. Thank you very much, Kanoa. I guess it is tomorrow morning already over there. That's the life. What a rough life, being sent on assignment to Cortona, Italy. I have no idea where that is, but I do know where Italy is. Rough job, Canoa.
Nice to hear from my partner. Hope you're having fun, Canoa.
How can he not be having fun, right? He's sipping coffee in Italy. Over here, people are trying to dig out from the rain. We just got an alert, at least I did, from the city and county that they've closed the roads from Aina Haina to Makapu because of flooding in on the eastern part of the island. So anybody watching this happens to be in town and they live out on the east side, Niu Valley, Kuli'o'o, Hawaii Kai, you might want to stay where you're at for a while because you're not going to be able to get home. Back here, we've had a tremendous night of volleyball. #1 Long Beach State surviving in the third, 26-24, and here we head into the fourth. Hawaii needs to win the next two.
You know, what's really interesting is the numbers on the two most offensive teams in the country. You know, Long Beach State hitting around 395, Hawaii hitting around 356. The two teams, Long Beach State hitting 241, Hawaii hitting 218. The offense is not having a great night. Defense has been the name of the game. Digs and blocks. Long Beach State with 9.5 blocks, Hawaii with 8. Long Beach State with 34 digs, Hawaii with 30. Defense has really been the name of the game tonight. Hats off to both coaches for getting these teams prepared for the other team's juggernaut offense.
So here we go. 49ers ahead, 2-1 to Aninga. They'll serve it up for the beach. And we'll see what Hawaii can do here in the fourth stanza. The serve gets over. Worsley chases it down, backs us to the right side. Parapunov is Root. Falco in on the block, along with Amato. But I believe they called a net violation, did they?
No, ball went inside DeFalco's hands, I think. He didn't quite penetrate over the net.
So off the block and the kill for Parapunov. Worsley clips the tape. High pass to Aninga. Back to DeFalco, down the line, money.
He shows he can hit it from the left, from back row middle, from the right. He's kind of got it all, showing off all his stuff tonight.
Might as well. DeFalco, 14 kills, hitting .333. Duoletta, Worsley in the middle, Solberg smacks it down to his left.
Solberg's so tough to stop. That's his 7th kill, only 1 error. Hitting over 460. Hitting 500 now.
Right about his average.
Yep.
482 coming into this one. And Rosenmeyer had a nice little service run at the end of set number 3. Goes back there. Mishandled by Molina. They throw it up over on the left side to Hoos. Rolls it over. Diving dig. Left side. Von Tilburg has to flip it over. There's the Falco to dig it up. They go on the left side. Hoos, and Hoos kind of short arms that one. Sees the defense and gets it down.
Only 1 blocker up that time. Worsley set a little bit off, but you saw that Parapunov's got only 1 player. He's doing it all by himself. Middle didn't quite make it out. Solberg was, I think, paying a lot of attention to Simone Anderson. Or no, he's paying attention to Amato that time.
So a little housekeeping. Get a good look at Nick Amato out of Alyssa Nigel. You called him over before the match to talk to him, and it looked like he was going to the principal's office at first. He wasn't sure what you wanted to talk to him about.
Well, I looked at the Big West review on him. They had a nice interview on him. And I just want to tell him how well he did in the interview.
Yeah, and he really did appreciate that. There's another kill for Solberg. Well, I could find success here in the fourth set with their middles. That will definitely open up the pin hitters and make it easier for Hawaii to score. So UH takes a 3-2 lead here in set number 4, down 2-1. And Solberg, the junior out of Lindenhurst, Illinois, to serve. Takes a bit off of that one, handled nicely by the Beach. They go left side, and going cross court is Hoos. And did you see how easily the set to the outside went off the fingertips of Tuininga? That was beautiful.
Yeah, he's got such a soft, sweet touch. Pretty much delivers butter every time.
That goes well with toast and coffee in Italy, I understand.
It does.
And Singh rips that serve. Worsley will chase it, but that'll be about it. That'll be an ace for Henderson, a point for the Beach. So back and forth here in the early goings of this fourth set. Mentioned that Hawaii has not played a 5-setter this year, and Long Beach only one. Worsley again chases, backs us the far right side. It's not a good set at all. Nothing Parapunov could have done with that one. And another digit on the board for the 49ers. Maybe trying to do a little too much that time, Joe Worsley?
I think so, Scotty. Just trying a little too hard to isolate his hitters, give him only one blocker. That was a tough set.
3 straight now by Long Beach State. On Tilburg, Worsley goes back to Stein. Diving bump by Tuaninga, freed over. Here comes Hawaii. Worsley, left side. Von Tilburg off the block, and it falls. Off the hands of Tuaninga and Anderson. So we're going to probably see back and forth throughout this set like we did in the third.
I'll tell you something, Singh delivered up a couple of 65-mile-an-hour heaters that Stein Van Tilburg handled pretty well.
Singh, block, save, bumped up near the net, and then absolutely punished by Hoos.
Hoos is starting to turn it around. He was hitting negative entering this set. 2 kills, 3 errors, 11 tries, hitting negative 091. Winkies in positive numbers right now. 5 kills, hitting 133.
He's also had 3 assists, 8 digs, and a couple of blocks. So pretty good, well-rounded night so far. Von Tilburg off the double block, one-hand save. Singh bumped up by Hoos. Over to DeFalco, pushes it over. Von Tilburg waiting. Back set, right side. Parapunov is blocked. Talking about waiting, DeFalco Anderson with the stuff.
Solid block by DeFalco and Anderson. Forehands across. No gap between the 2 blockers.
And really, Hawaii's got to start passing better. They're going to become very one-dimensional. This goes cross-court. Thrown up on the left side. Von Tilburg dug up by Molina. Out of the back row. Hits it into the waiting hands of Gassman. I think part of that was Hoos was so worried about stepping on the 3-meter line. Look at Molina.
Here's Hoos getting stuffed. Coming out of the back row. That was a tough shot.
Von Tilburg clears the net. Quickly in the middle. And quickly put down by the Middle Fart native, Simon Anderson, or Simone Anderson.
He's been hitting negative numbers all night long. Finally, he's coming out of it. He's now flatlining at 3 kills, 3 errors, hitting 0-0-0. Bit of a surprise that his numbers have been low.
Cross court with the serve. Worsley in the middle and getting it off the block and out of bounds is Gassman. So Solberg's got the majority of the offense from the middles. But there you see Gassman reminding everybody he can get a kill or 2. He's got 3 now.
Saw them taking his cross court, so he had a little cutback shot. Worked nicely, tool the block. This is what Patrick really likes. He loves to play defense.
Yes.
But he's got to serve in to be able to play defense.
Exactly. 6'10" back row specialist Gassman. Picked up by Hawaii. In the middle, Solberg dumps it down in the back row. And here comes Hawaii now. You got to remember, Patrick Gassman's still a small guy in a 6'10" body. At least in his mind. He started as a libero when he was much younger and shorter.
Then grew like 20 inches.
Yeah, he grew a lot.
And became a middle blocker.
But in his mind, he's still a libero. Tilburg having a heck of a night for UH. Tuaninga, the Falco block, save, dumped over by Tuaninga.
So smart. What a smart shot. He's been waiting all night for that.
Yeah, he's not much of an offensive setter, but he picks his positions and his spots.
He wasn't right on the net either. A lot of times setters will only dump it when they're right on the net. He chose to do that when he was on like the 3-foot line, maybe 4-foot line, and still found the donut, hole in the donut in the defense.
I'm a big fan of donut holes. Tuaninga, lefty, flips it over. Thrown up on the left side. Rosenmeyer powers it off the block. Tuaninga will dig it up. Molina, left side. The Falco goes down the line wide and out of bounds.
Rare error from TJ, only his 4th of the night in 36 swings. But he's hitting 100 points below his normal average.
So Hawaii just sticking around, and that's kind of what you want right now. Just to hang in there. They definitely are, but that serve curves into the top of the tape by Joe Worsley.
Service error number 15.
That's a big number. But you kind of expect it in a match like this.
Hawaii needed to be aggressive. The Beach's offensive juggernaut is just too tough.
Worsley. Quick set in the middle. He backs it. Solberg in the middle. How's that, coach?
Well, Solberg just gets up so quick. The blockers know that it's going to him, too. He got 2 blockers up, and he still snuck it by him.
Wow, that was impressive.
What great timing from Worsley. Those two have really got that connection going on.
And that one just takes off on Rosenmeyer.
Rosie had a good run there at the end of the third to bring Hawaii back into that third set. That's his 5th service error. He's got 1/3 of Hawaii's service errors. Hawaii's got 15 now.
And guess who's coming in to serve for Long Beach State? Yeah, that guy. Ethan Siegfried out of Punahou, already with 3 aces this evening. He kind of was the guy that got them going in that third set behind the service line, but not this time. It boomerangs off the tape and stays on the 49er side of things. So 10 serving 11.
See, the first one to greet Siegfried was Matt Butler. He's their backup libero, who's a senior, has been there 5 years, and he is their cheerleader.
Out of the back row, demolished by the Falco. Helps when nobody's up at the net as well.
Yeah, well, Hawaii they're not expecting the Falco to hit the Bic because the front row players have been getting the job done, so there's been no need to pull out that back row quick shot.
And Singh serves it off the tape. There's Tweedletta, left side. Von Tilburg dug up. Molina will set it high in the air. And Singh kept the line. Worsley to Von Tilburg. High off the triple block and out of bounds he goes. He hit those hi-hats hard.
Boy, he sure did. Stein put a lot on that one. That was almost like an angry swing. Here comes Gage Worsley in to try to put some points on the board.
So Worsley will come in and serve for Parapunov. Both are left-handed. Interesting enough.
Where's Hawaii is. It's great to have Gage in there digging some balls and maybe creating some point-scoring opportunities, but Hawaii, no back row attack.
Backside right side. Singh blocked. Nice save by Molina. Pushed over. Dug up by Worsley. Worsley turns around and he gets it off the hands of Bruce. So Joe turns around 2 hands and he won the battle as you see his mom and dad.
Christine and Roger enjoying the action and looking kind of nervous, don't you think? Weren't they looking a little nervous?
Both sons on the floor at the moment, tied at 12. Another good serve. Could be an overpass. It is, and reaching up with the palms and putting it down. This time on Hilbert.
Well, passing TJ, you won't see him do 2 holes in a row, though, I'll tell you that. He and Molina and Hoos, a good trio of passers, as good as there is in the country.
Ron Tilburg, he's even trying to get the crowd fired up. He's loving this. So Gage cranks that serve. Behind the 3-man line, to Ninga on the left side. Hoos, block, elbow save by DeFalco. To Singh. One-hand save by Worsley. Somehow Rosenmeyer gets to it. Joe will flip it over. Beach with a chance. Saved by Hawaii. Over on the left side. Von Tilburg off the block. Dug up by Ensberg. Left side, pushed over to Falco. There's Twiletta. Left side, Von Tilburg with the left hand. Hoos. The Falco block. Pushed up. Rattatatter. Hit over. Here comes Hawaii. We continue. In the middle. And finally, Hawaii gets the point on the kill by Gaston. And immediately we saw Alan Knight grab the green card. That was such a long rally. I'm sure something happened during that rally. He's conversing with Wayne Lee. It almost seems like he brought the green card over there just so he could plead his case. I don't think he has said yet whether or not or what he wants to challenge, if anything at all.
I'm not sure that if he's asking about a 3-meter violation, somebody stepping on the 3-meter line, coming out of the back row, or whether somebody who stepped under the net. TJ DeFalco, who is their speaking captain on the floor, is now going to go talk to the first referee.
This could be a while.
Nope, this looks like there is going to be a challenge, but we'll see what they're going to look at.
Because that was such a long rally, trying to go back and figure out exactly what he's looking for, that might take some time. TJ over there now talking to Kevin Cole, the up official. Wayne Lee will explain to the truck exactly what they're trying to find. And so they're looking for a net on the University of Hawaii at the end of the play. So that's what Alan Knight, the 2012 Olympic men's volleyball coach, says he saw.
15 years at Long Beach State. He's been around a long time. One of the more successful coaches in the country. Won an NCAA championship himself when he played for Long Beach State. Now he's coaching 3 All-Americans this year. In Tuaninga, Singh, and DeFalco.
So let's take a look. Let's see. Well, I don't see anything there. That's when all the players kind of stopped for a moment.
That call right there could have been called. One by Henderson. He kind of chucked it a little bit.
Well, the play will stand. Long Beach State does not win the challenge. And UH now with a 2-point lead here in the must-win 4th set. I mean, when we watched the replay, did you see that violation?
I did not.
Yeah, I didn't either. And Long Beach State will call a timeout. We'll take one as well. Hawaii leads by a deuce. Well, let's check out how it works. Presented by Central Pacific Bank.
Take a look at Dalton Solberg right here. And watch how quickly he gets up. The 2 Long Beach State blockers knows he's going to go up. They can't get there. He's just too quick. And Worsley feeds it to him too fast. He's just up and down. Then the blockers go up. It's a very effective play that's worked all year long, and Solberg's got it down to a science.
No question about that. Pushing it over to Ninga on the serve. Hawaii has it. Von Tilburg off the double block. They go backside right side. Singh. There's Gage Worsley to Joe Worsley to Stein Von Tilburg. Off the block and out of bounds. And now we'll get the 15-point break. So back-to-back breaks, and Hawaii still leads. Great crowd on hand here tonight, taking in this one Hawaii and the unbeaten #1 team in the country, Long Beach State. Tomorrow, of course, senior night. Come on out, support the Bows. It's a whiteout. If not, you can watch it live right here on Spectrum Sports. Gage Worsley to serve for UH. And he serves it into the net. How often do you see that happen after a timeout? The serve goes into the twine.
That's why a lot of coaches have the rule, keep your serve in after the timeout. Because the reason the other coach called timeout was to basically jinx or ice the server.
So a 2-point lead as Bjarne Hoos will serve. Lally pops it over. Rosenmeyer kind of fumbles that one. He'll go back on the left side. Von Tilburg off the triple block. There's Molina, bumps it up to Ininga left side. The Falco with the left hand cross court shot. Von Tilburg off the hands of Singh. And that time, with a running start, TJ DeFalco said, I'm going to hit this as hard as I can, and if you stop me, good luck.
He's got all the shots. He saw the block was well formed. The only chance he had was really to bang it off the outside hands, high and hard.
Well, it worked. Back over Von Tilburg, whose arm's going to fall off pretty soon. That went off the double block and out of bounds.
Stein with 42 swings so far. Maybe 45 swings.
Remember back in the day when Tim Willoughby would swing like 70 times in a match? So Von Tilburg, 17 kills to lead the match. So has some mustard on that serve. Bumps it up high on the left side. DeFalco cross court. There's Worsley, Tweedletta, Rosenmeyer. Dug up by Hoos. Backs it. Singh. Singh blocked, but he saves. In the middle, pushed over. There's Tweedletta. And then dropping down to his knee was Worsley, but I think he thought somebody else may have been going down as well. Didn't want a collision.
I think Tweedletta surprises people too. He digs so many balls that he just catches people off guard. People think, oh no, there's no way that ball can be ducked. And there, all of a sudden, Tui will dig it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
He was phenomenal at Santa Barbara last week. 16 digs that one game.
And there's Worsley turning it around with the left hand and dumping it hard. The Beach won the first set, 25-16. Hawaii in the second, 25-17. Long Beach State the third, 26-24. Here we are, 17-15 in the fourth set. Anastasiadis will go back and serve. And he serves that one just a bit too long.
Anastasiadis has got a brother who plays for Long Beach State.
He's not on the active roster.
Redshirting this year, I think, yeah.
So Tweedletta to serve. Alan Knight patrolling the sideline for Long Beach State. Both coaches working hard tonight. More at stake for Hawaii really than the 49ers. And that serve into the net.
Tuaninga picks up service error number 4 out of Long Beach State's 11. Hawaii out hitting Long Beach State right now.
Like quite a bit.
481.
Tweedletta, Worsley, out of the back row. Von Tilburg off the hand. And he is really, really carrying Hawaii here this fourth set.
Hawaii now hitting 500. Long Beach State hitting 226 in this fourth set.
And more importantly, they lead 19-16. Worsley rocket serve. Tweedletta has a chase. Throws it up left side for Singh. He rolls it over. There's Tweedletta. Backs it right side. Kunov dug up. Backs it right side. It's a horrible set in Hawaii. Will stuff the Falco, who had no chance. That wasn't TJ's fault. That was not a good back set. One of the few miscues we've seen by Tuaninga. And the 49ers are going to call their final timeout of set number 4. And this is exactly what everybody in attendance wanted tonight. This is a great match between two outstanding teams. The blocks are even at 10. Long Beach State up 2 sets to 1, but Hawaii up by 4 here in the fourth.
And believe it or not, in a 2-night series like this, in a weekend series, night number 2, especially when it's senior night, with all the festivities, tomorrow night could be more raucous of a crowd, more wild, as we celebrate the senior seasons of Tuileta and Mamani Namahoe.
All right, let's get more from our own Ryan Clay Suji, right?
Hey, thanks, guys. Well, on the Long Beach State sideline, the coaching staff actually taking time to talk to their setter, Tuaninga, and also their outside hitter, Del Falco. There seems to be some sort of frustration between the two. The head coach trying to encourage his players to really get back into this game emotionally. He's saying that they can't let some of these smaller things bother them, trying to get some sports talk into his players. Back over to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Ryan. Well, those two have been playing with each other forever. I'm sure they'll work out whatever problems they're having with one another, if that seems to be the case.
Well, I'll tell you, in their careers, they're not used to being behind very much. You know, in high school, remember, DeFalco went on a 104-match win streak in high school. And I believe that Tuaninga had an 80-0 streak going on.
That's a lot of winning.
That's a lot of wins. So they're just not, you know, they're really not used to losing very much. And this year, they've lost not at all. They only lost 8 sets all year.
And I think that's what a lot of Hawaii fans wanted to see tonight, was to see Hawaii push Long Beach State to a point to see how they react if their backs are against the wall. Now, they have played a 5-set match this year, and they won it against Irvine, but for the most part, it's an hour and 30-minute match, and they're done. Not the case tonight.
Exactly. Well, there's still a long ways to go in this set, for sure.
No doubt. Nice serve. Overpass. Tuileta over to Worsley in the middle. Solberg, one-hand save by Ensign. The giving chase, unable to get through Molina.
Solberg again, connecting in the middle. Picking up kill number 11 on the night, hitting .625.
Well, that really has helped out Hawaii with the balance of their attack. Another rip of a serve. Near the end line, DeFalco throws it over to Ensing, and he gets it off the triple block. The block was formed, a little puka there between the hands and the net.
Great set from TJ coming out of the back row. That was a long set from the back line. Ensing made the most of it, hitting from behind the 3-meter line there. Hawaii just not penetrating over the net, sealing that cable.
DeFalco flips it, cranks it over. Worsley, back set, right side. Rosenmeyer, dug in the back row. Ensing, there's Von Tilburg. Out of the back row, Von Tilburg. Popped up by Tuaninga. Freed over by Hoos. Here comes Hawaii. Right side, Rosenmeyer.
Was it just me, or did he go to Rosie 3 times in a row?
Because he didn't think they would expect that, right?
I think he really didn't think they'd expect it. Sure enough, Amato a little late getting out there. He thought the ball was going to go to the left side and not back to Rosie for the 3rd time.
Richard will come in, the junior out of LA. 3rd time we've seen him as a serving specialist. Actually, he'll go in the back row. He's help with the passing.
No, he's a front row player right now.
Yeah, he's an opposite, so.
He's front left right now.
We'll see him as an attacker. Rosenmeyer.
Ensing is still playing opposite.
Ready to serve. In the middle, flipped over, diving dig. Bumped up, hit over by Von Tilburg, but that one hit way out of bounds.
I like that he took a good swing at it, though, because if anything else, he's giving Long Beach State a free ball. He's got to catch him off guard by putting some heat on it.
Amato will float it. Rosenmeyer bumped up. Worsley, Von Tilburg, and he will be blocked. It all starts with the first contact, and that was not a good one by Rosie.
Right, not a good pass at all. He took it with his hands low. Worsley had the bump, set it up. Good block by Long Beach State there. Charlie Wade's got 2 timeouts left. Alan Knipe has used up both of his timeouts. I think Charlie Wade would be wise to take a timeout. If not now, well, he's got the water timeout. Wiping up the floor. That'll slow things down a little bit. I think Rosie might be better off backing up and passing the ball with his forearms rather than using his hands here. We'll see.
He was watching Twee Leonard too much. We'll have to worry about that one. Amato serves it a mile long. Boy, 2 points away from forcing this to a 5th. And Solberg, who's been so good tonight, not only at the net, but behind the service line, does have an ace on the evening. Just gets that over. Tweedinger chases it left side. There's the attack. Blocked. They're thrown up on the right side. Singh dug up. Solberg thrown up left side. Von Tilburg, and he hits it wide and out of bounds.
Pretty good dig in the back row there by Solberg.
Yeah. These are going to be the hardest 2 points for Hawaii to get tonight.
I would agree. Singh can bring the heat, 65 miles an hour.
Well, he used it right there.
Make that 68 miles an hour.
If I'm Charlie Wade, do you call a timeout now?
Absolutely.
And he does. Got to slow down this Long Beach State team.
He gets a good run up all the way to the line, the service line. And at 68 miles an hour, and was diving that much. It's a tough ball to pass. This is where I think teams when they're facing a server like Singh, who's almost 70 miles an hour, and pass with 4 passes rather than 3, just to give the server a different look. And you don't have as much area to cover. When you pass with 3 like Hawaii is right now, that's a lot of area to cover for each guy.
And Hawaii still has the 2-point lead, so you could bring in another passer in the back row. You're Hawaii, and you still have that advantage as well.
Right. Or they can just have Parapunov as an opposite come out of the back row. He just take a small sliver of an area.
I think at this point, though, in terms of strategy, other than that, it's just volleyball, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, right now, the whole pressure is on Singh right now. I'd be very surprised if he comes out with another 68-mile-an-hour heater.
So there you get a good look at the Rainbow Warriors. Patrick Gassman stretching out those legs. They've been out on the floor for about 2.5 hours now, and they're hoping they're out there for a bit longer. A win either tonight or tomorrow gives Hawaii the 2nd seed in the Big West Conference tournament. That's huge because you get a bye.
Exactly.
And you won't have to face Long Beach State potentially until the championship. The serve gets over. Worsley backside right side. Parapunov out of bounds. And you know it won't be easy.
Ronald tried to do get a little too fancy there and avoid that cross-court block on him. Went down the line, just bit off more line than he could chew.
5-1 scoring run for Long Beach State. Tuileta, left side, Von Tilburg, kept alive by Richard. Out of the back row, DeFalco, and the 49ers have tied it up at 23. 5th tie here in this 4th set, and Charlie Wade will have to burn his final timeout of the set. And what a roller coaster of a night this has been, and of a match here in the 4th set. But when you have a team as good as Long Beach State and as many winners as they have on their side, it's not like they're just going to lay over for you.
No, no matter how many points they're down, they're always a threat. When you're the #1 offensive efficiency team in the country, hitting almost 400 night in and night out, you're a threat no matter what the score is. And so I think that's why, well, even though Hawaii had a 4-point lead there, not enough, for sure.
Well, we saw in the third set where Hawaii worked hard to tie it, and then Long Beach State eventually won it. Let's hope it's a reverse here in the fourth.
Now Long Beach State's worked hard to tie it.
Yeah, let's see how that works out. Here's Ryan. Ryan.
Well, on the Hawaii sideline, head coach Charlie Wade primarily talking to his passers, saying they have to be more aggressive on the seams. He wants Larry Tuileta to be more aggressive, diving into the seam, taking more court in the passing. Assistant coach, I should say, Milan Zarkovic, really getting into Rado Parapuna's face, really encouraging them to hit the ball and hit it cross court where there's an open court on the court. We'll see what happens coming out of this timeout. Back over to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Ryan. Well, we're tied at 23, set number 4. And Kyle Ensing, who's been very good tonight, will serve. He has 4 service aces, 4 of the 7.
I think on a good pass, we might see Patrick Gassman get the set. If not, could go to Rado or Stein. They're both in the front row.
And that one is shanked. Tuileta gets it near the end line. Stein will have to free it over. Here comes the beach. Ensing, and he hits it long.
Oh, what a break for Hawaii. Long Beach basically had a free ball.
Yep.
Could have gone anywhere they wanted. They went to one of their best players at Ensing. And they got lucky they didn't have the block touch it or a defender touch it.
Neither team has any timeouts left. Set point Hawaii. Parapunov. Tuininga in the middle. And putting it down is Henderson.
What set that whole play up was the ball, the serve hitting the cable, providing an easy pass for Long Beach State to be able to run their offense, and Tuininga runs the best offense in the country.
So for the second straight set, we'll play extra points. As Richard flips it, rips it, middle, reaching up and putting it down is the big man, Patrick Gassman. Set point number 2 for Hawaii.
A nice high set by Joe Wurza that time to the 6'10 Gassman, making sure he got up high enough for Gassman to go over any block that was put up.
Second opportunity for Hawaii. The Falco goes up. Hawaii elbow saves, overpasses. Pushed over by Richard. Kept alive. Tuileta. Here comes Rosenmeyer, and he will be roofed. Waiting for him. Tuininga and Henderson. And he tried to tool it. There was no chance even to do that.
That ball set a little bit too tight to the net. Tuileta just couldn't get it to like the 3 or 4 line, and so this is right on the net. And Tuininga does a great job of not getting tooled and just forcing that ball, pushing it back into the court.
Simone Anderson flips it over in the middle. Gassman off the double block, saved by Anderson. They go on the left side, left-hand attack. Was not a good set for the Falcons. Had a switch to the left, and the block was waiting. And set number 3 point for Hawaii.
Is that Worsley that got that block?
Yes,
it was.
It was. That's all Joe.
That ball set a little bit too tight, I think, for DeFalco to do much, bring up many of his shots.
Third opportunity, third set point for Hawaii. Tuininga chases over to DeFalco, and he is roofed! He is roofed! And Hawaii and Long Beach State on Friday the 13th, they're going to go to a set number 5 as Hawaii takes the fourth, 27-25. Buckle up. We'll be back. Well, here's the conference standings. Long Beach State has already wrapped up the Big West, so they're the number 1 seed. UC San Diego has wrapped up the number 6 seed, but it's the other 4 spots that are up for grab And if Hawaii can find a way to pull out the win tonight, or if they should do it tomorrow night, they would then be the #2 seed for next week's Big West Conference tournament in Long Beach. And so that just shows you how important this match is, how important this 5th set is. It won't determine Long Beach State's fate, but it could determine Hawaii's.
You're exactly right, Scott. And the fans haven't been treated to a 5-setter. I get the feeling these fans are chomping at the bit to see a 5-set match.
Well, you saw that graphic. Long Beach State has lost only 7 sets coming into tonight. They've lost 2 already here this evening. Now, that really doesn't mean anything. Those are kind of fun things that we like to throw out there. But what I'd like to do is put a 1 next to the 23 on the record of Long Beach State and assure themselves of a bye next week. Hawaii hitting .238 for the match. Long Beach State at .205. Long Beach with 7 aces, Hawaii with 5. Long Beach 52 digs, Hawaii 50. And they're tied in total team blocks at 12.5. And they're tied at 2 sets apiece. I mean, that is just shows you how even this match has been, but the first 2 sets weren't.
The one area where it's not even, Scott, Long Beach State 7 aces and 12 errors. Hawaii with 5 aces and 18 errors.
Yep.
So a little bit of difference there.
So the first 5-set match of the year for Hawaii, UC Irvine has played Long Beach State has played 1 5-set match against UC Irvine at the Pyramid back on March 30th, and they won in 5. Hawaii will serve to begin the 5th set. Played a 15, got a win by 2. They'll switch sides at 7. So Worsley, 8. They'll switch sides. Serves, gets it underway. They go in the middle. The attack kept alive by UH, pushed over by Rosenmeyer, but he rolls it too long.
Well, Rose had the right idea, go to the deep corner. It was open had he just hit it a little bit shorter.
So Singh, who got Long Beach State right back into that 4th set with his serving, will serve for the beach. Cranks that one over. Worsley quickly in the middle and whipping really on that one was Solberg. Got just a piece of it, but it spins wide and out of bounds. And now Kevin Call's going to call one of the line judges over to talk to him.
He's going to ask if there was a touch on the block.
That's Wes Kawachi. There was not one, so 2-0. Rosenmeyer dug up by Molina, kept the lie by Richard, hit over, but out of bounds from the back row by DeFalco. That's the 8th hitting error by DeFalco. His hitting percentage should be down around 200 now after that hit.
And he's a 400 hitter on the year, so unusual for him.
Rosenmeyer flips it, pops it over. Molina, Twininga reaches up with the left paw and slaps it down easily. That was a perfect line drive pass from Molina. And Twininga's eyes lit up when he saw that one.
That served just a little bit too easy, and Twininga, so savvy, so smart. Blocked a little bit late there, couldn't penetrate over the net. Josh gets it done again.
Richard really cranks that serve. High left side on Tilburg off the 2 hands. DeFalco. Twininga back to TJ, dug up, chased down by Tuileta with the left-hand harpoon off block, but recovered by UH. Stein off the double block and out of bounds. Off Henderson and Twininga.
Stein picks up kill number 19, leading all Rainbow Warriors on the night. Harpunov with 15.
Yeah, Stein, 19 kills. That's the match high. Solberg, he's been so good tonight. That one, Molina somehow saves it out of the back row. Singh gets it off the double block. He was a couple of feet behind the 3-meter line.
He was halfway deep in the back court. That's a great play by Singh. Normally he was a Fab 50 USA Youth National Team, Junior National Team. All-American second team last year.
Henderson serve into the bottom of the net. So far here in set number 5, it's kind of been back and forth. We'll see if somebody can establish some offense and some defense. Hawaii's hoping they can with Rado Parapunov. The high toss. Flips the tape, gets over. Good high pass to Aninga. Back set for Singh. Tuileta digs it up. Popped up. Rosenmeyer will flip it over. Molina quickly miss set and two-handed over by Worsley. Joe saw the miss set and went up with both hands and pushed it down.
That was an alert play by Worsley on this ball that goes over the net on the set. He just pushes it down, and immediately DeFalco argues, raises his arms, but top referee's not going to have anything of it.
It was right in front of him. It was right there in front of the up official, Kevin Cole. And, you know, Worsley, he's just a volleyball player, and that's the biggest compliment I think you can give him. First tie of this 5th set, 4-4, Hawaii Long Beach State. Parapunov, he can really deliver. He does right there. Tuininga gets to it somehow. Singh out of the back row, off the block, and then off the antenna. And that's an example of the power of men's volleyball right there.
And how about the great save by Tuininga just to give Kyle Singh a chance to swing at it. That's why they're #1 team in the country. Plays like that.
Absolutely. Worsley, middle, Gassman. Set number 5.
You're saying it's all 5s?
Singles are wild.
There you go.
Ron Tilburg to serve it, gets it over. Tuininga chases it high on the left side. Singh dug up, but that will be about it. Good effort by Von Tilburg. And really right now they're going more to Singh than they are to DeFalco.
I wouldn't be surprised though to see DeFalco's in the back row right now. He's serving. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him get more back row quick sets here in this 5th set.
Well, when they've done that, it's been effective, no question. That may be an overpass. It is. Richard gives it to Tuininga out of the back row. And you called it. DJ DeFalco.
That's the back row quick we're talking about. All brought about because he put up a great serve that forced an overpass, which allowed Tuininga to set up a free ball play instead of any one of 4 players. Tough to defend. TJ took advantage of that and buried the bit.
A little perspiration wiped up on the Terraflex, and DeFalco will serve. 2-point advantage, Long Beach State here in the 5th set. Goes cross court, hits it wide. And when you're only playing to 15 and it's a close one, you don't want any service errors. Hawaii says thank you very much, TJ. Gassman jump serves it, takes a bit off of that one. Tuininga, left side. The block saved. Back set right side, pushed over, dug up by Von Tilburg, but it's an overpass. They go in the middle, and then hitting it and getting it down. I believe that was Amato, wasn't it? And it was Nick Amato. So 2 teams will switch sides. They'll take a break. We'll take one as well. Back in set number 5 here at the stand, Sheriff Centerstein Von Tilburg gets a kill out of the back row, and then Simone Anderson answers with a kill of his own. So it's 9-7 49ers here in the 5th. And Kyle Ensing, who seems like he's always back there serving, is back there again. And there's an ace. That is his 5th ace of the night.
So he serves the ball so hard.
Make that 25 aces on the year for Ensing. And Hawaii calls a timeout. Well, here we are in the 5th set, 10-7 Long Beach State, but look at those numbers. The first 2 sets were just completely dominated. The first by Long Beach State, the second by Hawaii. The next 2, it could have been anybody's set. And then here we are in the 5th. So it's been one of those kind of roller coaster evenings.
Long Beach State hitting 429 here in the 5th. Hawaii 167.
And Kyle Ensing, who has 5 aces, had one before the timeout, serves it over. Hawaii handles it this time. It backs it the right side for Rosenmeyer, who goes line and gets it in. We've seen him, Joe Worsley, go to Rosenmeyer in opportunities where I think Long Beach State wasn't expecting it.
That was one of them.
Rosie with 5 kills, still hitting negative though on the night.
Pretty good blockers up for Hawaii right now up front. Solbrig, Van Tilburg, and Parapunov.
Tuaninga will go in the middle, dug up by Worsley. Parapunov off the triple block, and it falls beyond the end line.
That was all Rado's left arm there. Because Long Beach State had a well-formed block. Their defense in the back row was just fine. But he just absolutely tattooed that ball.
Rosenmeyer gets that serve over. Who's going to hit it? It'll be pushed over by Richard. Hawaii high, left side. Von Tilburg. Molina saved it, rat-a-tatted around. He'll have to be freed over. Hawaii with a great chance right here to Parapunov. Winds up off the hands and out of bounds. And Hawaii has tied it at 10, 3-0. Scoring run in Long Beach State calls a timeout. And Coach, I don't know about you, but as a fan of just watching these 2 teams, you kind of want to go to a 6th set if possible.
Yeah. The play is really good. Alan Knight's sure having fun there, the Long Beach State coach. And we're being treated to some pretty good volleyball. You know, not the great offensive volleyball we thought we'd see, but overall, just some great defense, great blocking. The 2 teams not hitting for great numbers. Long Beach State hitting 226, Hawaii 232. At the last break, and so offensively, not terrific, but we've seen some great stuff from behind the service line. Ensing, you know, with 5 service aces, and Ethan Siegfried with 3 service aces. Those are amazing performances those 2 guys have put on.
You know what I think I like watching tonight is the competitiveness of the 2 teams. They both want to win so badly. Nobody is giving in. I mean, it's going to come down to something. I don't know.
You know, Scott, that's a really good point, because Long Beach really doesn't have much to play for, other than the pride of putting their best foot forward every night, and the pride of staying unbeaten, the pride of being #1 in the country. But Hawaii's the team that really has a lot to play for, because they really want to secure that #2 seed in the Big West tournament.
And now it comes down to best of 5, I guess, points-wise. Of course, we've already had 2 sets go extra points, so quite possible it could happen here in set number 5, right? Tied at 2, tied at 10 in the 5th. There's TJ DeFalco. Stein von Tilburg had a monster night, 20 kills. And Brett Rosenmeyer to serve out of the timeout. Clears it over. Molina, the push over. Now, what a nice job by Tuaninga. Solbrig read it, but he was a split second late.
Tuaninga is just so crafty. His 4th kill on the night. Yet to make an error, but just seems to make, he might have touched the net there. And this is a crucial call, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and Charlie Wade saw the same thing you did. He's going to pull out the green card, and Wayne Lee is going to let Kevin Cole know he's going to take a look at the monitor. This could be huge.
Yeah, this is a big swing here. This is a big swing.
Look at that. Oh, no
Right there.
question.
I don't know how the top referee didn't catch that.
Well, he's been standing on that thing for a long time,
Pretty,
Chris.
that's really obvious.
Been up there for almost 3 hours, and Charlie Wade wins the challenge, and that's big when you only have a couple of points to play with.
Exactly.
You take the 11 off the side of Long Beach State, you move it over to the Hawaii side. Nobody has left tonight. First lead change of the 5th. Rosemeyer gets that serve over left side and knocking that one around, flipped over, nice save by Hawaii. They go in the middle, and finally terminating it is Henderson. But what about some great defense on the Hawaii side, keeping that shot from Richard from hitting the Terraflex.
And Henderson really delivered there at the end of that play, but Hawaii was not about to give up. They played that rally about 6 inches off the ground.
I thought for sure that was going to hit the floor. I don't know how Joe Worsley kept it alive.
And then
Rosemeyer with a diving save.
great set by Tuaninga at the end there. You know, he saw Hawaii's defense a little disheveled, so he knew that the quick set would be his best bet to catch Hawaii off guard, and it worked.
Lewis Richard serves it into the net. The fans now, they're trying their best to will Hawaii to an upset of the unbeaten #1 team, including that guy, the governor. Dalton Solbrig, focused, ready, serves. And he gets in the fall for the ace.
Wow, what a serve. And again, between DeFalco and Molina, two of the best servers for Long Beach State.
And the fans are rising to their feet as Long Beach State calls the timeout.
This is where Hawaii would love to just be able to trade side outs and finish the match.
I wish it was that easy.
Unfortunately, it's not that easy. DeFalco's in the front row for Long Beach State right now. That spells trouble. There he is right there. And on the night, the TJs got 18 kills in 50 swings, hitting 200. Not his normal night where he normally hits 400. But everybody's numbers are down offensively on both sides of the net. That's over 20 kills on 56 swings, and he's hitting 268. That's well below his average as well.
Well, you know, Coach, you look at the way tonight has been played out, especially the third and fourth set. Even when the team had a 24-20 lead, it wasn't safe. I mean, we've seen each team come back and make it interesting at the end. And you know, a 13-11.
You're saying 13-11 is not safe?
Not at all.
I would agree. These fans are sure having fun, aren't they?
How could they not?
Over 4,000. What do we get? 4,982. Long Beach had a great sellout this year against UCLA back on February 17th, where they sold out the Pyramid, and they got, I think it was 4,600.
Well, regardless of the outcome tonight, I hope even more people show up tomorrow night. Dalton Solbrig, after the ace, forced the Long Beach timeout, will go back and serve. Hawaii up by 2. High pass by Richard to Ininga, and Singh out of the back right, pounds it off the block.
Every time Hawaii seems to sneak away, Singh seems to pop back into their heads, either from the serving line or getting that D ball out of the back row. Singh now with 15 kills in 45 swings.
And Chris, look who's coming in to serve.
The
Ethan Siegfried.
The hero of the first 2 sets with 3 aces. Local boy makes good.
Out of Punahou. The last time he served it into the net. Hawaii would love to see that again. Instead, he serves it long. And the fans will rise to their feet. Aloha ball for the Warriors. Long Beach does not have any more timeouts. Gage Worsley, the freshman, goes back to serve for Hawaii.
And 4,700 rise as one. Worsley's been here before, by the way.
Look at that concentration. And he serves it into the net. And a collective by all the fans. But it's still aloha ball for Hawaii.
And no back row attacker for Hawaii right now. So Long Beach will load up on Hawaii's left side and middle. Not having to worry about the right side at all.
Josh Tuaninga now has the pressure on him to get this serve in. Just does. Worsley, left side. Von Tilburg. Kept alive back row by Richard. Up near the net, overpass. Saved by the 49ers. Out of the back row, Richard off the block. Kept alive. Pushed over to the back row by Gassman, and he pushes it too far.
Patrick Gassman saying, Charlie, please use your challenge card. They net. And unfortunately, he's out of challenges. And so that's the way the ball bounces.
Well, we expected this to go extra points in the 5th. Why not?
Yeah, watch. Gassman says that they net right there.
No.
No, it wouldn't have worked anyway. He saw the net bouncing up and down. That's why he thought, I think, the bouncing came from the ball that was on there bouncing up and down.
And Gassman had the right idea, trying to find the open space in the back row. He's just too strong for his own good. So we'll play extra points for the 3rd straight set. The 3rd set, 26-24 to Long Beach. The 4th set, 27-25 Hawaii. And 14-14 right here, but Hawaii's had their chances. Gage Worsley serves it into the net, and then Gassman with the attack error.
Hawaii up 14-11. That wasn't safe at all, for sure.
Alan Knight pleading with his team, telling them what he wants them to do. Long Beach State will be serving after the timeout. And this is one of those matches where you truly feel like both teams deserve to win. They really do.
I'm surprised that Parson, I guess he's out for the... He might be out. No, he could come in one more time, I think, playing the back row. Right now, Hawaii has no back row attack except for Rosenmeyer. Maybe hitting the back row quick. Parson out. It's just Gassman, Stein, and Worsley in the front row right now.
To Aninga, the lefty setter. Going for his ritual. Tosses it, hits it over. Good pass to Iletta. Worsley, left side. Von Tilburg, and he is blocked by Amato and Ensing. And now the roles are reversed, and it's aloha ball for Long Beach State.
Amato gets his 6th block of the night. He's had a terrific night at the net. The Long Beach State faithful stand up now.
And Chris, as you mentioned, here comes Parson. So he'll come into the back row. I would imagine they might try to serve it towards him.
No,
or Von Tilburg.
We'll go towards Van Tilburg for sure.
And the serve into the net. And we play on. There There are folks literally on the edges of their seat here at the Stan Sheriff Center.
Including me.
Student section, number of the fans are standing. What a night, what a match so far. Ron Tilburg flips it, rips it. They go in the middle. And Amato unable to dig it up to Elena.
So you got to give a lot of credit that time. The pass by Lewis Richard. He hasn't played much tonight, but he put a perfect pass right there so that Tuaninga could run his offense. And Amato, who hasn't had a lot of balls sent his way tonight, converted there. Yet to make an error, I believe.
And a very dangerous TJ DeFalco will serve. High pass, Worsley, back set, Parapunov, and then we'll get a touch off the fingers of Richard at the net. And now we're going to see one of the two seniors come in for Hawaii, Mamani Namahoe. He'll come in and serve the junior out of Waikea on the Big Island. He and Tui will be honored tomorrow night. He'll walk a foot behind the service line. Flat-footed, he'll serve it over. Lollipops it. And DeFalco from behind the 3-meter line. That's not even fair.
That serve was meant to be shorter, and I think Mamani knew he's trying to bring TJ up in front of the 3-meter line to pass the ball. Instead, it was way beyond that. So TJ had a nice run up, nice approach of the ball, and he hammered it home.
Absolutely right. Amato floats it. Worsley, back set, Parapunov, and Hawaii continues to go on. This feels like a Final Four match.
Yeah, it really does. People are getting to see the NC2A, what it's like at the NC2A championships, right here at the Stan Sheriff Center.
Molina shanks it a bit to Eninga on the right side. Singh dug up nicely by Tilburg. Parapunov, can he muscle it again off the triple block? And nobody will get to it after that. Eninga dives over the chair, giving up his body in a great effort.
Now Hawaii's got match point.
Again. So aloha ball again for Hawaii. Everybody clapping, standing. Worsley, the toss, the rip. Chase down, Tuaninga bumps it up for Singh. Singh blocked, and it lands out of bounds.
Ooh, Hawaii had their chance there. Long Beach State was out of system with that great Worsley serve, but Singh once again saves the day, and now he goes back behind the service line, hoping to bring his 65-mile-an-hour heater again.
And how about Tuaninga, the hustle? He's able to put up a hittable ball.
Yeah.
And it's just incredible how he's able to do that.
Uncanny how he does it.
Singh just gets over. Worsley quickly in the middle. Solberg off the block and out of bounds. Solberg with his 12th kill. 19-18 Hawaii. Set number 5. They'll try it again.
Do you think these fans are getting their money's worth?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Ivan Zarkovic, Charlie Wade. Charlie just took a deep breath. He is all in. Rosie. DeFalco off the dig attempt of Rosemeyer in the back row.
Did I see it? Did I tell you we'd see more back row quicks or picks out of DeFalco in the 5th set? Yeah. Josh Tuaninga knows who to go to. He knows where his bread is buttered.
And DeFalco, he now matches Von Tilburg and Parapunov, the 3, with 20 kills. 19-19. Louis Richards from the right side, tosses it, serves it, gets it over. Worsley checks out everybody, pushed by Solberg. It's dug up by Singh. They go on the left side for DeFalco, who pounds it off the block. And it lands way out of bounds beyond the end line. on the 49er side, and Long Beach State has another opportunity to end the night. Their 4th match point. The serve goes wide by Richard. That's twice now in this 5th set. He's had a service error.
White got lucky there and dodged the bullet.
You know, I was just joking about a 6th set. I mean, we're almost at a full set now, 2020. Whatever it takes. To Aninga. Left side, DeFalco. And he is just incredible.
He just goes up and hangs, looks around.
Yeah, it's almost
takes
like
whatever shot the defense gives him.
It's almost like when he jumps up there, you can have a nice cool drink, take a look at the landscape, and then hit the ball.
Yeah. He loves that line shot. Surprised why he hasn't taken it away from him a little more often.
Henderson. Worsley, left side. Von Tilburg, is he blocked? He is. And it's over. And Long Beach State remains unbeaten.
Gotta give the Beach credit. They played well when they had to. Boy, just couldn't quite put it together there at the end, especially when they had leads at 13-11, 14-12 in the 5th. Just couldn't quite put it away.
But what a night put on by both those teams. What a match. Number 1 Long Beach State now 24-0, 9-0 in conference. Hawaii drops to 17-7 and 5-4, but just terrific, high level. Maybe not the most artistic volleyball in terms of hitting percentages and things like that, but just really entertaining and real competitive.
Each team refusing to lose.
No question about that. So it's time now for the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play. Let's take a look at it. It's the last play, the block. Amaro in on the stub. Amato, excuse me. And that helps Long Beach State remain unbeaten here in 2018. And also what this does, though, Chris, is that it puts a little pressure on Hawaii tomorrow night, because we mentioned if they're going to be the number 2 seed, they have to win one of these 2. They certainly had a chance tonight, and tomorrow, I would think psychologically, it's going to be really hard to get back up.
Exactly, but they'll have more fans here tomorrow night. I think they showed that they can't play with the number 1 team in the country, and they actually almost beat the number 1 team in the country. So I think they'll come out with a lot of confidence, and they may have to go to some depth. I think there might be a few tired arms tomorrow night.
Yeah. But it works on both sides, right? So we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at the players of the match, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. And for Hawaii, I thought that's a good pick. Dalton Solbrig, he was terrific. 12 kills, 7 blocks, hit 500, couple of service ages. And TJ DeFalco, that's an easy one. 22 kills, though he didn't hit quite what he normally hits. But when he needed to put the kill down for them, he got it down. So those are our players of the match, brought to you by Bank of Hawaii. And let's go over down to Felipe Ohastro with Charlie Wade.
All right, thank you very much, Scott. Coach, you took the Beach to the brink tonight. How do you describe how your team played here?
Well, it was a hell of a match, no question. You know, like I said, if that's the number 1 team, we're damn close. We had our chance. You know, they're in the 5th set. We actually had a chance to end the thing. So just got to come back and play better tomorrow.
You got good work from Rado and Stein, but how about Dalton Solbrig tonight?
Yeah, he stepped up. You know, the guy's been working so hard, and he started off slow. You know, he struggled. We spun the rotation. He got matched up. We set him way too much in the first set, but you know, he responded well, played well the rest of the night, had a nice service turn there in the 5th set for us. So they say proud of the guys. Tough to lose one like that, but we're gonna have to come back and play better tomorrow.
Still a chance to get the 2 seed with the win tomorrow. Expecting more of the same from this type of matchup tomorrow?
Well, yeah, I don't think there's any back off in them or us. So should be a good match again.
Good luck tomorrow. Thanks for your time.
Aloha.
Scott?
All right, thanks a lot, Felipe. A match that lasted 3 hours and 13 minutes, 25 ties, 7 lead changes, and Long Beach State able to pull it out in the 5th, 22-20. Final thoughts, Coach?
Wow, I'm exhausted.
That's a fair final thought.
That was an amazing match. You know, hats off to both teams for, as you said earlier, refusing to lose. Long Beach State, so much pride in wanting to maintain their #1 ranking. Hawaii wanting so dearly to pull off the upset and maybe cinch that #2 seed in the Big West Conference, which is going to be a very important tournament for them next week. It was just one well-played volleyball match for a lot of reasons, and not all of them offensive, because neither team brought their great A game tonight offensively, but the rest of the game was spectacular. The defense, the blocking, the serving, really something to watch. It was a fun match to watch, and I don't think anybody walked out of here tonight not thinking that they didn't get their money's worth.
And you know the best part? We'll do it all over again tomorrow night. 6:30 game on, a little after 7, first serve Hawaii and Long Beach State. Don't forget, stick around. Coming up next, it's the post-game show. But for my partner, Chris McLaughlin, I'm Scott Robbs. Until next time, we bid you aloha and a good evening from the Stan Sheriff Center in Manoa.